hear you? Yeah, I bet I do.
Frickin' dingling daddy. I'm kidding. Also, I heard that Sega scream before stream even started. That was fun. Yeah, welcome on in, everybody. Welcome on in. We're getting ready to play some Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back. A incredibly last-minute decision for a game to play today. I was trying to pick something for Easter. I was like, today's Easter. Maybe I can theme the stream a little bit. Maybe I can make it like Yoshi's Island or do Yoshi's Story again. I couldn't quite decide what I wanted to do. All day. I was at work. I couldn't figure out anything. I was like, I don't know if I feel like these games. Out of nowhere, it was like a signal in my head. I was just like, Crash Bandicoot 2 for no other reason other than yes. So, that's what we're doing today. For no good reason other than I just want to. But, welcome on in, everybody. Hope you're all having a lovely day today. Wait, today's Easter? Today do be Easter. It'd also be 420. For those who find that hee-hee ha-ha joke funny. You love Crash Perfect Night for Crash? Agreed. Agreed. Happy Easter? Yeah, happy Easter, everybody. Welcome on in. Hope everyone's having a lovely day today. My schedule did go out, and if anybody's curious as to what is on the schedule, it literally just went up not too long ago. So, in the off chance that some people don't like social media or don't use social media, and/or / never catch my schedule anywhere on the outskirts of the planet, I'll go ahead and put it up on the screen for a second. But yeah, we got Crash Bandicoot 2 today, top left corner. I will not be streaming Monday. Tuesday, I'll be back with Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Thursday, I'm also doing Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. We're doubling up this week so we can tackle more of that game. Friday, we're doing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Open Lobby Night. So on the 25th, we will be doing Mario Kart 8 with everybody in chat. And Wednesday, as you can see a bunch of text there, it's really not me doing anything that day. Wednesday night going into Thursday morning at midnight, pre-orders go up for the Nintendo Switch 2. So I will be fighting for that, and I will not be streaming that day. More so on the schedule, it is a joke. It's just me being funny because that's a butt ton of text. But yeah, it's just me saying I'm fighting for the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm focused on the pre-orders, gonna need the night to grab one, ain't taking any chances. I had debated on streaming something that night for a short period of time. I had debated on so many different things, and I unanimously said, screw it, we're not streaming that night. I gotta make sure I get a Switch 2 pre-order in at midnight, so I didn't want to be streaming and either have to end it sooner, or, you know, just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know when they're going up. They're supposed to go up at midnight, but I don't trust anything. I can see them maybe somebody pulling a hee-hee ha-ha and make pre-orders go up like half an hour early or some crap. And then heaven forbid I'm streaming and I'm going to hate myself later. It's like, nah, take the day off. But that's the schedule. We got Crash Bandicoot 2, 2 Metroid Prime 2 Echo Sessions, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe this week. So only 4 streams for me. I would argue I deserve a smidgen of a break. And by a break, I mean I've done one less stream than normal.
Whoa, thanks for the subscription.
I usually do like 5 streams.
Enjoy the ad-free viewing and the lovely emotes. We hope you enjoyed your stay at the Zach and Zonic Cinema.
Also, Miles, thank you so much for resubscribing at 32 months. Enjoy the ad-free viewing and the lovely emotes. Nearing, what is that? That's like 2 years and, like 2 years and 8 months? So it's like almost 2 2/3? That's incredible. Yeah, thank you so very much for your continued support. Enjoy the ad-free viewing and the lovely emotes. Alright, let me read a little bit of chat here before I get too caught up in my own talk and whatnot. Did you do anything for Easter? We had sandwiches at church. I worked today. I had the luxury of going to my job and going to work. I know that sounds fun, but hear me out. Money. I'm kidding. Nah, I'm an essential worker at my job, it being like hospitality and it being hospice. So I had to go to work today. But as soon as I got home, I kind of rested up a bit and prepared my schedule and got ready for stream. So. Omega says, Zonic, do you want to borrow my, borrow my, what gun, is it, you talking about a gun? The gun emote? You talking about borrowing a gun for Wednesday? Are we talking guns? I'm definitely here for Crash, says Kit. Yo, Kit, well, come on in. Also my comfort game. Yeah, I had a bit of a doozy of a game today. Not game, what am I saying? I had a bit of a doozy of a day today. Not the worst day ever, but I was so exhausted and all these other things. I was like, I need a comfort game today. I do not want... The game is only slightly overpowering you? Okay, give me a second. I'll turn the music down. I actually had YouTube music playing of the Crash Bandicoot 2 theme, and I will pull my microphone a tad closer. That should be better. I know I'm going to be making 4 angel food cakes tomorrow. Yo, angel food cake? That sounds wonderful. Bam, 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 bam. That's much better. Hey, let's go. I might turn it up just a wee tad. Hang on. Just that much. Okay, there we go. But yeah, I don't know. In all consciousness, I can't do a stream Wednesday night. I was even debating on hosting a movie night, and I'm like, should I really host a movie on Wednesday? Heaven forbid somebody drops pre-orders early. Like, I am on, like, alert that night, so Wednesday night, if any friendos are around, I'm probably just gonna hang out with friendos. And wait for pre-orders, but otherwise I can't. So, the other days we do have streams. We have 4 streams this week. I normally do 5 streams. I normally have 5 streams on hand, which does take its toll. So I think 4 should not be so bad. Hey, Scoop Go, welcome on in. I'm doing pretty good. How about you? Alright, let's go ahead and do a couple words on stream sessions, and then we'll get started. A 3, a 2, a 1, a let's go. Yo, Deku, it's good to see you. Welcome on in. 5-letter word. Did we reset is my question. That's a bit of an easy one. Yeah, let's go. Oh, okay. If nobody takes the one I'm thinking of. Also, hello, Flame Crystal, welcome on in. Yeah, there it is, wings. I'm surprised. No, wait. Wait a minute. Swing was done by... Wait, where am I? Oh, okay, Sonic Stefan got that first. I was like, I could have sworn. Never mind. No, you guys are good. Jeez, this might be an easy round, but I'm also not sure if it, like, reset. It seems to be level 1. Lol, that's a word? Wait, what word? What, swig? Wigs? When will you wear wigs? If anybody gets that, thank you. I know Naughty Dog made Crash Bandicoot long before they made The Last of Us games. Yeah, I mean, no offense to anybody who likes The Last of Us. I have parents that want to watch that show and everything. They don't have HBO Max or Max, whatever you want to call it. I used to, but then I kind of gave up on it. Dang, perfect round, fellas. Hold on, we gotta host another one. But, yeah, it's safe to say I prefer the old days of Naughty Dog. These days, they definitely just cash in and make some dough and call it a day. Last of Us Part 1, Last of Us Part 2, Last of Us Part 1, Last of Us Part 2, Last of Us Part 1, Last of Us Part 2. Max Show. Maybe back to Last of Us Part 1 one more time. They are making something different, though. I dogged on Naughty Dog a little bit, but they are making a new game with the entire... I believe the entire soundtrack being done by 9 Inch Nails. Omega, listen. To be fair, it is a real word. It's just that us as a society has ruined the English language. We've ruined so many things. Also, the Heartless System, welcome on in. It's good to see you. It's good to see everybody. If I missed anybody, hello. Welcome on in. Swig is a word you never heard of. Let me have a swig of that. Yeah, dude, my dad uses the word swig quite a bit, actually. Swig is another word for a sip of drink. True, yes. Yes, you would think it's like a made-up word, but it's not a made-up word. It's a legitimate word. Naughty Dog and Insomniac games are buddies. Insomniac made Spyro, made the recent Spider-Man games. Not to mention, I don't know if you know this fun fact. You probably do, because you're a knowledgeable fella. Gosh, what was I going to say? Oh, frick, my words. Ratchet and Clank, the Ratchet and Clank games. The first, I think, 3 at least. I can't vouch for the rest. But I believe they got to, like, work off the Naughty Dog engine for the... No, I'm sorry. How'd that go? Then they worked off Jak and Daxter. I did not mean to say Crash Bandicoot. They worked off of I keep saying Crash. They worked off of Jak and Daxter in that engine, and Naughty Dog was cool with the Insomniac working off that engine. Is what I meant to say. They're buds. They're really good buds. God, I kept saying Crash so badly. Like, I know it's not Crash. It was Crash and Spyro, then Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter, that kind of thing. I may have said that in a weird order. Forgive me. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, God, I didn't even look over at words on stream. Frick. I wasn't looking, Chad. I'm sorry. I got distracted by nerd talk. Well, that's unfortunately an L. Maybe that was a hard one. I really didn't get to look at that, so unfortunately. Anyways, but yeah, we could probably do another one. We can't end on an L. But yeah, we'll get started here on Crash Bandicoot 2 in just a second. See where we go from there. Nerd's the word. What is this one? But how about melt? Melt's an easy one. Temple. There you go. Big word. Ooh, that was close to helmet. Helmet. I can't even remember what helmet even. What does helmet mean? Hold on. Helmet? I'm gonna Google this. A decorative board or valance typically used above windows to conceal curtain hardware and create a finished look. I don't think I've ever heard of that until today. But hey, you know what? It's a word, so we do take those. Peel. There you go. Teen. Unfortunately, no in. Let me think here. Meat melt. That's a good question. How about plea? Oh, meat, Medi? Oh god, team, helmet. Oh god. It's gotta be something that starts with T, by the way, because it's the last 4-letter T word. There you go, temp! There we go. We got ourselves another perfect round. Hot diggity dog. Alright, that was two dubs, 1 L, 2 perfects. Do we end it there, or do we continue? Up to you guys. We could jump on into Crash 2, or we can attempt another one. Continue. I'm gonna go with like unanimous amount of votes. I know I'm not really doing a poll, but we got 1 continue. Oh, it just continued on its own. Well, trick me, I guess, right? The game says continue. I didn't even have to touch anything. Go ahead. One more time, but this is it, no matter what. This is the last one. In the meantime, fellas, I am going to DM somebody, so enjoy the game real quick. Alright, DM has been sent. Let's see, we got baited, debate, date, to beat, bead, I'm shot in the dark. Bade? I'm surprised that was a word. I'm gonna be real with you, I didn't even know that was a word. We do take those now. Sometimes we have to make up frick if it sounds like it could be real. I know that's not the smartest thing in the world, but I'm also not the smartest guy in the world. Never said I was, never say I will. Or will never say I am. Let's see. Beat. There's one more B. B-E. We already have... How about... No, do we already have bead with 2 E's? No, we don't. Because that's just not a word. B... We already have beat. Frick. I can't think of anything. Yeah, we already have... I think we have debate. Beat with B-E-T. B-E-T. Abed, I suppose? Abed? Maybe that's abed. Not abed. Abed is when you get shot in the back of the head at a theater, but, you know, that's besides the point. Sorry, little dark humor. You'll have to forgive me. No, that's a good round. It's not perfect, but hey, that was good. That was a good round. 3 stars. Let's go. You never noticed Naughty Dog made Jak and Daxter after they made Crash? Yeah, so I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was they made Crash Bandicoots 1, 2, and 3. They made CTR with the intent of it being the last Crash game. They were trying to make it like the last one no matter what. They wanted to pawn off Crash, they were done. And they wanted to move on to other stuff. And then CTR received well. They sold the rights of Crash to the next set of people. And then they proceeded to make Wrath of Cortex and so forth and so forth. And then they went on to make Jak and Daxter 1, and then they went on to make... Oh, sorry, Jak and Daxter, the precursor Legacy, and then Jak 2 and Jak 3, Jak X Combat Racing, Uncharted, The Last of Us. Did you know gaming? You all know this crap, right? There's a YouTube channel for all this fun facts. Go watch them. I'll butcher facts if I try anything. But, anyways, let's head on over to the live page and get this streamish moving. I'll go ahead and minimize this, minimize that. I believe if I pull this up, and this, I don't think I need Photoshop anymore. I've done my schedule for the week. I think the game should pull up. There we go. Sorry about that. I do own this game, legitimately. I own the PS1 copy. I own the entire trilogy, actually. But we are using, what's it called? RetroArch for convenience sake. So, that's what we got. Which is your favorite Crash Remastered or Classic? Ooh. So, this is going to sound like the most boring answer in the world, given what we're playing. But Crash Bandicoot 2 is my favorite. That's why we're playing it tonight. It's a bit of a comfort game for me. I'm going to turn up the volume just a wee tad, chat. Let me know if this sounds good. I'm going to turn it up to maybe like 13. Let's see if that sounds good. That sounds good. If it needs to be lowered, let me know, but I'm not raising it any higher. Press start to begin. I love that. But yeah, no, best Crash in my opinion. Yo, so Gita, welcome on in. See, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Crash 2 is my favorite of the franchise. I'm going to go, this is my order personally. I'm probably going to go, and yes, I have a nostalgic bias in this. I'm going to say Crash 2, 3, then 4, then 1. 1 is the start. 1 is very crunchy. Very Homer Simpson pilled. Anyways. No, Clancy Brown became Dr. Cortex in this game, the voice of Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob. True, yeah, we do love Clancy Brown. Classic of classics. It's only like 100%, honestly. That's fair. For me, I love the classic version as there are original death animations that were cut from the remaster. I don't mind the remaster. I think the Insane Trilogy is fantastic. But I think in the grand scheme of things, I love going back to the OG versions. The PS1, the polygons. It's nice. The crystals, of course. Oh! Crystal Jockey, god dang it. Retro is best. I do like the retro games. Coco, Bandicoot's first voice, and the only time that voice actress ever got to voice Coco.
Did I jump scare you?
I'm gonna freaking kill you. Great heavens. Hey, that's not Tana. Yeah, when you really think about it, they do kind of pull like a kid-friendly thing going on when you really think about it. Was it Dylan? That was Dylan again. Bless you, Dylan. No, but yeah, so they basically give him, oh no, I can't see no more. I'm gonna guess where I am. Did I hit the box? I did! I couldn't even see anything on the screen. That was beautiful. I used my instincts where I thought I would be. No, yeah, you go from Crash Bandicoot 1 where...
Did I jump scare you? Yeah, I bet I did.
Omega, you want to talk about that one? I'm about to pull you to a VC, motherfricker. I'm about to pull you to a VC. Give you what for? Do it? Oh, shoot. Whoa. There we go. Both of you in line for a timeout. Time to beat you up. Yeah, do keep in mind, chat. We do have Tangia redeems that go off whenever people decide to throw bits my way. So, as crazy as it can be, just technically support the channel. So I apologize. Who voiced Coco in this game? That is an excellent question. How about no? Dr. Evil's coming in to tell me what for. Fair. So I've wondered where exactly Coco came from. Was she with Crash when they were taken and became the Crash we know? I think there was a bit of lore. In Crash 4 that they talked about. I don't quite remember, if I'm being honest. That's a really good question. If anybody actually knows the answer to that, by all means. I'm going to go ahead and go to this board real quick and do a quick save, just to have a save on a file. Back in my day, we had memory cards, and we had to save on them, and they took like 1,000,000 years. Like, look how long this takes, chat. I'm not complaining when I say this. This is my era. I grew up with the PS1 and 64, very much the 3D era. It took that long to get my game loading here, or not loading, saving. I suppose it's Mr. Zonic. Oh, hi there. It's Mr. Zonic for the day. Speaking of Kane from Digital Circus, anybody see the YouTube channel Glitch's new animation recently? I'm sure a lot of you have. It's done absolute numbers. The God, brain's kind of fizzling out right now. The blankety blank district. I'm gonna butcher it. Someone chat. You're all smarter than me. You probably know. Let's see. Oops, I totally minimized my game. I was trying to read a little bit of chat. Also, Blade, welcome on in. It's good to see you. Ah! I lost my chat. There we go. Sorry, I have a really weird setup. One more time. There we go. Okay. Dr. Evil's such a funny villain in those movies. I've been wanting to like go back and watch the Austin Powers movies. It's been a minute since I have seen them. If I exit. Okay, good. According to Crash 4, Coco was another Bandicoot Cortex had that escaped sometime after Cortex hired Engine. Oh, okay. And I guess she just so happened to be Crash's sister. Just so happened to be, I suppose. Zach, earlier you said you haven't seen much of The Last of Us. Oh man, I won't spoil too much. I don't mean to be that guy when I say this. I have no interest in The Last of Us whatsoever. After, like, I played a smidgen of the original, like, a long time ago, and I played, like, maybe 30 minutes. I kind of just fell off. And then they had the part 2 come out. The internet went off crazy about part 2 and how it was this and that, and I was just so done with it. I was just done with hearing about it, so I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Now, whenever Naughty Dog releases that next game they're making, I'm definitely gonna check that out. The Gaslight District, yes. Yeah, the Gaslight District. It's super good. They have, like, several million views already, so... Very, very successful YouTube channel, to say the least. Played both the games and have met Troy Baker at a con. Troy Baker speaks for himself, to be fair. I'm not very voice actor, voice actress savvy, but Troy Baker speaks for himself. He's like one of the very few out there. Like you'll hear his name and go, "Oh shoot, man's done a lot." Yeah, Cortex actually tried to gaslight her by saying Crash forgore her after he had escaped. That's terrible. It's like he's evil or so. Oh. I'm just being funny. But yeah, no, it's good. I love the Crash franchise. Funnily enough, I mean, this is gonna make me sound like a, I don't know, like a Nintendo fanboy or something. I apologize in advance. I think it's because of the Switch U coming out that I'm just heavily like big on Nintendo right now. I'm playing a bunch of those games. But when you really think about it, outside of like Repo and a few things I've played here and there, I've played like nothing but like Nintendo games lately. So going into Crash Bandicoot today kind of reminds me like, right, Zonic, you play other things other than just freaking Nintendo. I love Nintendo, but like, yeah, I hadn't really been out of my element of that in a hot minute. It's even rare if you catch me playing a Sonic game of all things. Me of all people. So when I was like getting ready to play Crash 2 tonight, I was like, this is refreshing. This is something that isn't just the Super Mario. And yes, I said that to be ironic. Don't think I call Mario Mario. As funny as that is. I agreed my favorite character is Breadhead. Breadhead! No, dude, I agree. Breadhead's the best one. I love Breadhead. Holy frick. For anybody who ends up watching that one, Breadhead's great. I'm gonna drop down here, I hope. Oh! Isn't there like a nitro box over here, or is that like... No. Okay. Speaking of gaslit, I gaslit myself into thinking that's where I needed to be. Hut! I'm tired of The Last of Us. I can totally say they look like good games, but holy crap, Naughty Dog or Sony, stop advertising that game because, my god, they really don't have anything different going on besides this game. It's just never know when to quit. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, Kurisu, welcome on in. It's good to see you. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I have nothing against The Last of Us games for what they are. Part 1 and Part 2, they're popular for good reason. The show's popular. I get it. I really do. I'm not dogging on Naughty Dog for making something successful. I think the problem is that when you look at something like the PS5 or PlayStation in general, it's always like they're heavily pushing out like The Last of Us. They're pushing out Horizon Zero Dawn, The Last of Us, Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man, The Last of Us, Horizon Zero Dawn. It's very like, you get to a point where you're like, bro, I've seen the same million freaking things over and over again. Uncharted there for a good while, but that thankfully wrapped up. And I'm glad it wrapped up. I think every series, at least at some point, should wrap up. And Uncharted's fantastic, for the record. I've played all the games. It was really fun. Probably one of the very few franchises I've actually played, but never, like, showcased as content, believe it or not. I always make something into content. Even God of War, I've done God of War as, like, content. But I've never actually, like, took the time to, like, be like, oh, I'm gonna stream or play the entire Uncharted franchise on, you know, my channel. It just never... I don't know why. I think I remember playing the Uncharted franchise before I was a live streamer, so I played those on my own time when I did Let's Plays. Again, fantastic games, but now the movie is the only thing I've never seen before. And yes, I was also somebody who played the PS Vita game. And before anybody says it, there is an Uncharted PS Vita game for all 3 of us out there who know that. I say this as I'm not trying to underestimate chat, it's just a joke. Yeah, there was like a little B-grade Uncharted game on the Vita. I say B-grade because I believe it wasn't made by a AAA studio. It was passed off to whoever wanted to make the Vita version. Couldn't even tell you what they're named. Let's see. People freaked out about the next Naughty Dog game's main character. I wouldn't be too surprised. The internet's, without getting too into it, because I don't want to get too into it, the internet gets very freaky about, I don't know, particular like subjects and such. It's what it is. I gotta say this real quick. Has anybody out there seen the Nintendo Switch 2 commercial that came out yesterday that had Paul Rudd in it, and he reprised his role from the Super Nintendo ad? I have seen people find a way to complain about that trailer. I've seen people complain about it, saying like, "Oh, enough with the '90s nostalgia. When's the early 2000s nostalgia?" And I was just like, I knew they meant like, you know, like don't get me wrong. I think like they like look forward to it and still, but I was kind of sitting there like, bro, you're actually like, holy frick! People find a way to like get so mad at Nintendo or like upset at them. Again, this person in particular, like, I think they thought the trailer was cool and whatnot, but like, can we just not complain for the millionth time? Like, bro.
Evil.
Paul Rudd from Ant-Man? Yeah.
I highly doubt it. Insane in the brain, if you would.
Insane in the brain.
What's this about crystals now?
What's this about? Whoa. The way, what's his name? John Albert Wesker said that. He sounded very like, I'm involved. He sounded like he was very heavily involved in these purple crystals. Which, by the way, on this version of the game, you can BS these pits. I'm kind of just skipping those. I will show off one pit as to not show you guys what that is, but we'll go in this pit here. I'll fight off the little frickers. There really is just like these little, I don't know what you want to call them. I don't think they're rats. They're some kind of little rodent. You have to hit them and get a little bouncy platform. I just know how to BS this level. Crystals, they're worth a fortune. Yeah, they're worth. Actually, I think they're. Oh, I missed a box. I know what box I missed. Oh, they're moles. Okay, they're moles. There you go. The darn moles. You know what's funny though? What's really great about Paul Rudd is that he's known for so many things. Most people these days know him for like Ant-Man because, you know, Marvel and all that. But funnily enough, he was involved in one of my favorite movie franchises of all time. He just so happened to land on the worst movie of the franchise, at least one of the worst movies of the franchise. For those who know, I'm very big on Halloween. He was in the 6th Halloween, and that movie was dog water, at least in my opinion. But he had another movie around that period of time that like sold him as Paul Rudd. Like he was known as Paul Rudd at that point. But he never acknowledges Halloween 6 because the other movie was so successful and that movie was so much of a fail. He was like, if I'm going to become Paul Rudd, I need to like forget about that Halloween film. So he had to like toss it to the side because he was part of this big phenomenon movie. I can't even remember the title of it. I'm so sorry, I'm not cultured. But it was like he either had two options. He can either acknowledge Halloween and not be a big star, or just pretend like that one never happened and went on to that one movie. I think it involved like something about. I apologize in advance if I'm wrong. I think the movie's premise had something to do like he fell in love with this girl, only to find out like it was his long lost sister or something like that. It was I know that sounds like a very strange premise, but it was some popular movie that really did well in the 90s, and like that really put him on the map. Whereas like again, Halloween kind of bombed. I'm a Halloween fan, and the one Paul Rudd was in, it was freaking garbage in my opinion. My dad likes it, but I'd also argue his taste is kind of bad. That's just me. Anyways. Enough. I'm gonna die. Whew. Okay, I lost Aku Aku. Rest in peace. Just love the gritting sound at the end of the sentence with that deep voice. Oh, hang on. Oh, with Cortex? Yeah. Oh, or no, not with Cortex. Was that with what's his name? Albert Wesker? Were we talking about the Albert Wesker TTS? Oh my god. My body started to backfire. Oh my god. I'm dying. Never understood why Intergalactic was getting hated on. Like, that game isn't even out yet. People are hating on the main character. I mean, you can't call something bad until you get the full package. That is. I'm gonna be sarcastic when I say this, Katsudan. So keep in mind, sarcasm. That is the beauty of the internet, is that people love jumping the gun, and it's now that we're out of the joke phase. Yeah, it's very unfortunate that people will like dog on something that's not even out yet. Like, bro, how can you hate on something that's not even out? I've seen people. Holy frick. Okay, I'm sorry. The chat, you'll have to forgive me. You'll have to hold me back. I'm not somebody who likes to get in on like controversies or debates and fights and all that kind of stuff, right? I don't like that stuff in the spectrum of like Twitter and stuff. But I gotta say this. It really sucks being a Mario and a Sonic fan. It really, really sucks being a Mario and a Sonic fan. Because holy crap, they fight each other. all the time, like it's the bleeping 90s. It is 2025 and they all fight each other. I think it's like a Nintendo Sega thing, so I don't freaking know. But man, you talk about with the new Sonic Racing game coming out and the new Mario Kart, I'm sitting here like, oh, I look forward to both. These are going to be great. And everybody is just attacking each other on like social media's on, and I'm like sitting there like, bro, at least I'm not $80. Or the people saying like, oh, Mario Kart looks boring, or people are saying like, oh, Sonic was a beta test. I'm just sitting here like, I'm gonna do it. I'm going to destroy my kind, both kinds, both my people, because holy frick, you're all ruining a good thing. Even Kirby, we even got Kirby Air Ride. Both are trash compared to Kirby Air Ride. Just listen to your Deku. Catch a broomstick to correct steak brick? Oh, I was like, what? I'm high as frick reading that. I see what you did there. Hey, little Vic, welcome on in. The only game people can hate on is Concord because that game had nothing going with both the trailer and the game. I think everybody unanimously agreed Concord freaking sucked. I'd argue most at least. Sonic 3 is out on Blu-ray and DVD now that that was your last birthday gift. Hey, very nice. I had pre-orders for the Sonic 3 movie on Blu-ray, but I bought it digitally when that came out. I'm saving for the Switch 2 and some other stuff in the future, so I canceled my Sonic 3 Blu-ray order. I will be getting that in the future. I will grab it at a later point. I did the same with Sonic 2, but I'm saving for some other stuff right now, so unfortunately I had to pass on the Blu-ray. Console wars are over. At least in my opinion, I feel like at least Nintendo, I respect them for kind of being their own thing and they're doing their own thing. I would argue they're kind of heavily competing with PlayStation and Xbox now with power, but that's besides the point. But like they tend to do like their own thing. But yeah, I don't know. It's just very unfortunate. I did not mean to die. I mean, granted, that's most of the time the case. Never touched Concord, but knew it was going to be bad. I also had like no faith in that game. I knew like the second I saw it, I was like, that's not going to be good. Sorry, I need to correct that sentence. I did not mean to voice Cortex. It was the voice of Albert Wesker I loved. Oh, Albert Wesker. Yes. No, you're good. I wanted to make sure, but after a while I figured it was Albert Wesker you were talking about. Never really paid attention to hate on X, or I mean Twitter. I prefer vibing good art / animations and memes. No, I agree. I completely agree. I unfortunately am in the realm of realms where people like to retweet and post things from both Mario and Sonic sides. And this is coming from a guy who loves Sonic the Hedgehog. I love Sonic the Bits. My whole freaking life, right? I'm dead. Sonic fans don't know when to shut up sometimes. And they speak a little too loudly. And what I mean by that, I'm not speaking for everybody for the record, but like a lot of them will go out of their way and like actually make the rest of us look bad by like hating on things. I'm like, what? Sonic is a character that like is supposed to teach us that we're supposed to love and care and fight for what's right. Why are we acting like buttholes? You know what I mean? Like, come on now. Don't be that way. Like, it's the same thing with Dragon Ball. I've always seen people like Dragon Ball is all about a character like named Goku and all of his friends and them trying to do the right thing. And yeah, people who watch Dragon Ball are like big a-holes. I'm like, do you all ever like learn the premise of the show, or are you just here for the fights? Oh, you're all just here for the fights. Gotcha. Okay, I thought I was gonna die there. But yeah, it's just a little hard. It's just a little hard being a Mario and a Sonic fan because I love both the bits. And the fans on both sides are just mean. I would argue, now, I'm not trying to play sides here, because there are two sides of a coin. But I would argue at least most Mario Kart fans are also, like, not really dogging on the Sonic game. Yeah, I'd argue some of them are looking forward to the Sonic game. There's a lot of Sonic fans who are just dogging on Mario Kart to, like, anything to one-up on Mario or Nintendo. And I'm like, you're fighting a company who's got theme parks and movies, my dude. You might want to not get involved. I love Sonic a lot, but there's a big bar here and a big difference, and I don't think it's like getting ready to fight this giant bully at the playground. I commend you for trying, but you probably shouldn't. You probably shouldn't, even if you were right. I don't know. That's just my philosophy. But anyways, minus the negativity, I'm going to enjoy both. I'm even going to get Kirby Air Riders. I'm looking forward to all of it. So, very excited. I'm going to take a look at chat here for a bit, and then we'll keep going. Hard being a Mario fan too, same with Pokemon. It is hard to be a Pokemon fan. Blade, have mercy! The lock and load! That happens sometimes with Digimon and Pokemon because Digimon fans are the victims of Pokemon fans. Oh, I'm getting pummeled. Start normally during the Pal World nonsense Digimon caught strays. True. I'd argue it's probably harder. Oh, I would say it's harder to be a Digimon fan than a Pokemon fan, but that's not entirely true. Pokemon fans probably have it worse, just because it's bigger, it gets like a lot of other flack for. I'm sure you've all seen it, cards and whatnot. Spider-Man's a game you've seen Game Grumps play and you love them. Unfortunately, I'm in the ballpark of, without getting too into it, I'm in the ballpark of I cannot stand Game Grumps. Nothing against Danny. I just have nothing. I want nothing to do with Ego Raptor after all the years of stuff that I've seen him be and do. So, I don't know. He used to be an idol of mine. I used to kind of look up to his work, and to me, he's just kind of garbage. I don't know. I only wish the best for people, but he's done too much damage for me to enjoy his stuff, unfortunately. But I know a lot of people who like their work, and I'm like, okay, enjoy your stuff. Enjoy. I'm gonna read a little bit more chat here. My brother's stuck in Dark Souls 1 Honor Londo, and he died by a pale demon. Oh god. I am sucky at Dark Soul games. I would love to maybe throw my hat in the ring someday again. I'm not good at them, but they're pretty funny to attempt. I wouldn't mind continuing Elden Ring. That's a game that I was not super good at, but I held my own for what it was worth. I'm gonna wait on that. But also hard being a Donkey Kong fan. I'm gonna throw out my 2 cents. I'm gonna say it was hard to be a Donkey Kong fan for a good while there. I think we're back. I think with the new Donkey Kong game, I think we're back. I think we're finally getting like a new identity for DK, and he's kind of putting his hat back in the ring. Yeah, I'm Classic Crash. This was my first console game. Yo, Quas, welcome on in. Yeah, so Crash Bandicoot 2, we were kind of talking about this earlier, but everyone was kind of talking about like their favorite Crash games and whatnot. Crash 2 is my favorite of the Crash Bandicoot franchise. I love Crash 2. 3 was close. I like 3, but just something about 2 feels like the most well-rounded Crash game for me. And then Crash, I would say after that maybe Crash 4. I love Crash 4, but maybe it's the slightly nostalgic bias I have towards 2 and 3 that kind of hold it above 4 for me, but I still like 4. And then I would say 1 after that, just because it was the start. A little crunchier, but I do like Crash 1. I just love Crash Bandicoot overall. Super fun time. I am trying to get in here. There we go. And then Pauline joins the adventure in the new DK game. Apparently, as of right now, that is a quote-unquote leak. I'd argue most people have seen that. I have my theories as to what that is, but again, I mean, I'm not gonna really blab off. I think I'll more so just wait for that game to release. It's really not that far from now. Did I come into a certain time when it comes to the Sonic? Wait, hang on. Did I come in at a certain time when it comes to the Sonic fandom? Says Kit. Good question. I would argue this is the best time to become a fan in terms of like content, because there's a lot of Sonic stuff coming out. That's like the one positive thing I can throw at you. In terms of the fandom, I mean, I really can't vouch for all of that. This is gonna sound very like ironic. I try to stay out of the Sonic fandom as much as possible, and I don't mean that in a bad way, because like I do love the Sonic fandom. There's really good parts of it. I'm in there enough to enjoy the good, if that makes any sense. There's just a little too much for me at times if you dive a little too deep, because I've dove deep in that multiple times, and I usually end up getting bit. So for the most part, I'm just in the gaming spectrum. Even though I'm a Sonic dude, I'm more so in the gaming spectrum. Thank you for the Pokeball. Hard agreed. Yeah, it's just once you've been there, done that, it's like, well, best to stay safe. Also, Jay Triumph, welcome on in. It's good to see you. Let's see. Thank you for the nuggie. Quas says, I think 3 edges this one out because I like the power-ups, getting the running shoes, and trying again for all the time trials. It was like a whole new game. True. We do like the Wampa Bazooka. And I'm gonna be real with you, even though some people didn't like the Coco levels with the tiger character, I kind of did. Now the zoomer levels, you know, with the little zoomer, that one was okay. Those are fine. I can enjoy those. But like the tiger ones, I don't know what it is, but being able to like speed up with the tiger and, you know, jump over the like all the levels and whatnot, like I don't know, there's something magical about that. I did really enjoy Crash Warped. I think Crash Warped is the better game on a technicality. I just really enjoy Crash 2 on a personal. But Crash Warped is probably the best one in the series. Kid says, no, I haven't been a fan of Sonic for years, don't worry. Ah, gotcha. Okay, then you know. I didn't grow up on Sonic, to be honest. I got into the other games after watching the first movie with a friend, and it was fine time for me to become a Sonic fan, but I had to stay away from the toxicity of the games and its fandom it has. No, that's true. That's fair. Again, take this from somebody who's been in the fandom. I've been bit, like, I think, like, 3 times. I think I got bit, like, I'm trying to think of the years. I got bit, I think, in 2011. I think 2011 I got my first bite. The bite of 2011, if you will. And then I got bit in 2020. I'd say 2020, 2021, maybe 2020, maybe 2021. So 2011, 2021, and then I got bit late last year, and I'm like, I'm tired of Sonic fights. I think I'm gonna go home now. Like, once you've been bit a third time, it's like, bro, I'm done. I'm gonna be just overall gamer. That's what I've always tried to strive for, though, if I'm being honest. Is like, as much as I love Sonic, I'm not just one-noted Sonic man. Like, I love so many other video games. A little more movement options. Yeah, there was a little bit more movement options. The time trials of Crash Warped were a lot of fun. I rarely ever even do time trials in other, like, video games, but I do enjoy the time trials of Warped. I'm not perfect at them. I'm very much a dork when it comes to the time trials, but I enjoy that kind of thing. Crash 4, I actually plan to revisit, hopefully, in the near future. I have my character modded in that game. Chat, who wants to see that? I don't know how many of you have seen my character modded in Crash 4. Hang on, Crash 4. I think I have photos. I should have photos. I do have photos. I have probably okay photos. Let's see, where are my photos? Here we go. I'm actually in Crash 4. It's a little janky looking only because that's how the game is programmed, but I am in Crash 4, and I've been meaning to stream myself in Crash 4. I've got my character on the ground and everything. It's very cool. I've kind of sat on the...
No fricks.
No fricks. I've got this photo too. Wah, 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 but look at that. Oh, my legs, they're broken. But yeah, I'm in Crash 4. So I need to stream that one of these days. Been meaning to. There we go. That's a neat mod. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I unveiled it a while back, but I unveiled like a bunch of other stuff, and I never really got around to the mod. So if you guys want, sometime in the near future, maybe we could bust out the Crash 4 mod. That sounds fun. Crash 4 kicked your butt. Dude, Crash 4 is brutal. Like, you know, just because it's a modern Crash game doesn't mean it, like, held its punches. It sure is... It sure is a brutal game. You need to add your character in the wheelchair. Honestly, with the broken legs I have, probably. Unfortunately, Crash 4 is very hard to mod for in terms of, like, making things perfect. Like, look up any Crash Bandicoot 4 mod. If your model doesn't completely layer over Crash or Coco perfectly, the legs are a little funky. Like, look up Steve, you know, Minecraft in that game, or Mario, or whoever you want. It's a little weird, but it's fun. It's still fun to have. Speaking of Donkey Kong beating Tropical Freeze on Wii U, dude, Tropical Freeze is a fantastic platformer. I fucking love Tropical Freeze. I played that on both Wii U and Switch, but I haven't played the Switch version, I think, since it released. I should probably go back and do that. Wait, you broke your legs? Yeah, well, at least in the game. Not IRL. Knock on wood, but I've never broken a bone before in my life. I did knock on wood for the record. A little superstitious. Boink, 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 boink. What was the last Spyro the Dragon game that came out? Technically the Reignited trilogy. And I'm not counting like crossover content, but if you don't count Reignited and you're like, oh, the last like original Spyro game, I guess on a technicality, Skylanders Imaginators question mark. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm probably like the worst answer. Donk. 1, 2, 3. I gotta count these. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Donk. But yeah, no, I've never broken anything before, thankfully. At least as of right now. I lost track. Okay, we gotta move. I was like, I lost track of that last one. I might want to just prepare for a big jump.
Would it be possible to have a Silver the Hedgehog TTS?
Let me look at the website real quick, because they only have so many that people have made. Let me look this up. I'm gonna do a quick search. Silver. Sadly does not exist. Johnny Silverhand is the only silver with the TTS on here from Cyberpunk 2077, so unfortunately, no, it does not exist. As much as we love Silver the Hedgehog. I guess Skylanders counts, but for the full main character, I think Legend of Spyro Dawn of the Dragon, where you can two-player with Cinder. Yeah, I believe if you don't count, like, Skylanders, I believe you're right about that. Which, when you really think about it, in terms of, like, an original new Spyro game, it's been a long time. And for those who are in the loop of things, when it comes to, like, games that never, like, came to be and whatnot, Crash 5 was to have some really nice Spyro content. Spyro was going to be in Crash 5, and they had this big Big whole thing they were gonna do, and it got canned. At least as of right now, it's been canned. I don't know if it'll ever get revived or anything with Toys for Bob. Toys for Bob is apparently working on something right now. We just don't know what, but at least I don't know what. If anybody else knows, you know, hey, let us in on those details. But yeah, we were supposed to get like a Crash 5 with Spyro in it, and that kind of went down the crap hole. It's like, no. To be fair, it's in limbo. Last I heard, I think on a technicality, you're right about that. I believe it's in limbo. Like it's just, I don't know. It's unfortunate. I always dreamed as a child that we would get like a Crash Bandicoot Spyro crossover. This was before the crossover game on GBA. And then we ended up getting it. And I was like, yo, this is awesome. And I really enjoyed it when I was young. Only to grow up and really realize, like, yeah, it was like a minigame comp. It really wasn't like the true crossover people wanted. Oh, did I not collect the crystal in the last level? Oh, I've done that before. I'm not surprised if I did. I'm so sorry. Did I not collect the crystal? Hang on. We got 1, 2, 3. Let me go into the pits. I have broken my foot before. I was walking to the car with my mom, and after I finished my day at nursery, a boy at a skateboard accidentally knocked me from behind on the pavement. I fell flat, and I was crying from the pain in my foot. The boy on the skateboard walked away with just a grazed knee. Motherfricker, I can't believe they got away with that. That's rude as heck. Oh, I did not want to lose you. Here we go. No, you did. You took the wrong path. That sounds about right. So I get very lost in thought when I'm streaming. Sometimes I am absolutely dorking this up. And I probably more so just didn't pay attention given the conversation. Whew, okay, let's see. From the cover, Uka Uka was supposed to make a comeback with Spyro and Crash team up, right? Yes, I believe Uka Uka was supposed to be back in that one. Correct. Donk. Let's go ahead and break this one. That's why you went back into the pits. No, that's fair, that's fair. Yeah, I dorked up. That's okay, though. We shall correct this wrong. Don't touch me. I was so used to Skylander Spyro. Young me was so baffled why people were hating on Skylander Spyro. Did not like his original design due to wanting to defend Skylanders again. Well, was not used to the design. I like them both, obviously. No, that's fair. So, long story short, and you'll have to keep in mind this was a different period of time before we ever had Reignited or anything else. Yours truly walked into a Walmart once, I think during Black Friday. I wasn't quite in the realm of realms when it came to, you know, what was releasing and whatnot. I don't know what was going on at the period of time. Maybe I was focused on Sonic Generations or some cred. Anyways, Skylanders came out, and they had Spyro on it. It was Spyro, you know, Spyro was in the title of that Skylanders title, right? Like in the first one. And I remember seeing his design, and I went, oh my god, they massacred my boy. He looks awful. And at that point in time, I thought, yeah, he looks terrible. Obviously, years go by and more Skylanders games come out, and they were loved by a lot of people. I didn't play any of them until Skylanders Imaginators, because that one had Crash Bandicoot in it. And I was like, yeah, Crash is coming back. We're even getting this Reignited trilogy and whatnot. So I took the time to play Imaginators, give Skylanders a try. It really wasn't that bad. It was a fine enough game. And I think after a while, I like opened up to the design and just kind of told myself, like, yeah, this is like a different version of Spyro. It's not the one I grew up with, but yeah, it's like its own Spyro. That's fine. It's still, in my humble opinion, I think the original is way better. It's classier, it's nicer. But that also could just be me of my time. A lot of young kids these days who did get to grow up with Skylanders. I mean, when you really think about it, like, it's a Toys to Life thing where you scan a character, they get put into the game. At the time, it was so revolutionary that, I mean, if you were a kid, who wouldn't like that? You know what I mean? Like, you're bringing a toy to life. Like, that was genius. They made bank on that, dude. So I don't even blame Activision for, like, capitalizing on that and whatnot, because, I mean, again, they were making bank. At least from, like, a business standpoint. I don't know if I should... we could probably use the Wumpa for extra lives. Donk. What? Oh, I'm dead! Never mind. Me who didn't even know who Spyro was back then. Why is everyone hating my boy? I feel bad, because, like, I did hate on it early on. But, like I said, over time, I eased up on it. One of my favorite Crash games. Yo, Kevin, welcome on in. Same here. I freaking love Crash 2, dude. I'm so glad everyone kind of showed up for Crash 2 tonight. Such a pleasant surprise. Did not like the voice Crash was given. Oh, no, I don't blame you. Yeah, they gave him a voice, and it was so... It was very of the time. It was very... They gave him a voice, and it was like, okay. Sure was a voice. I'm not gonna say I hated it, but it sure was a voice. Gremlin Boy, much less dragon than all the other designs. The OG toy's still alive. Yeah, the OG toy's still alive. We probably wouldn't have Amiibo if it wasn't for the Skylanders, so I'm kind of thankful that we had Skylanders, because I freaking love Amiibo. I don't know why, but Crash, what my favorite Crash game is, I guess CTR. CTR is a good one. You know what's funny? Now, I know you're talking about Crash. So, I'm going to hold off on that crate. There we go. I know you meant Crash Team Racing, because that's usually what people mean by CTR, but fun fact of the day, if you actually look at the title Crash Team Rumble, that also is abbreviated with CTR. So now people have to get specific sometimes when they're like, oh, I like CTR. Crash Team Rumble or Crash, Team Racing? Chances are Crash Team Racing, because unfortunately Crash Team Rumble was very short-lived. I actually really liked Crash Team Rumble, but it died a very sad, quick death. But I enjoyed it for the time. It's still technically up, but I mean, I can only imagine the servers at this point. Very unfortunate. Very fun game for what it was. Crash Bash for life. Yo, a Crash Bash enjoyer. Let's go. I am also one of few people who liked Crash Bash. I feel like, not to be punny here, but Crash Bash got bashed on a little too much. It's not a perfect game by any means, but I mean, I enjoy it. I like Crash Bash. Fun little multiplayer game. Again, very of its time, but I did enjoy it.
The Skylos ear! I mean, Skylander series is something that is a try the games out once and be done thing.
Yeah.
Which is completely different for me, since I was addicted to the series. Back when it was new, I got too many Skylanders hiding in the closet.
I mean, that's just it, though. Like, again, it may have not been, like, my Spyro at that point in time, and I kind of resented it. But, like, now that I'm older and I have much more open mind, I've heard people tell me stories about, like, yo, when I was a kid, like, they were, like, a couple years younger than me, they would, like, grow up with Skylanders and getting the toys. Some of their best memories were going out with, like, their parent and getting, like, a new Skylanders toy every, like, couple of weeks or however long it was, and putting them in the game, and, like, that was their sweet treat. And I thought about that, and I was like, that's honestly really wholesome and sweet to think about. It may have not been my time frame. I was 13, I think it was, like, 14. When Skylanders came out, so I was kind of like, I thought I was maybe a little too old for stuff like that, and I thought they butchered Spyro's design at that point in time. So, I may have not been so open-minded back then, for the record, but nowadays, like, honestly, it's a really sweet thing to think about, like, people going out and getting, like, a new toy and putting it in the game, and, I had a bit of a moment like that a little bit when the Amiibo came out. Granted, I was an adult by the time Amiibo came out, but I loved, like, going out and getting, like, the newest Amiibo, and, I don't know, there was like, a magic behind that, so I feel bad because, I was not very open-minded back then about Skylanders, but I think it's great to hear people say, like, they had great memories of those games and buying the toys and, all that kind of stuff. I mean, like, I wouldn't want somebody going back to, like, my childhood, like, reaping what I enjoyed when I was young. So, you gotta have that mindset, too. Nani? I totally got all that just now. And I agree. I completely agree. Also, chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the pit that if you jump in after that boulder goes down, can I go in there? Or would I die? I swear there's like a pit you can jump in and there's like something down there, but I don't know if this is that pit. Crash Team Rumble only died because Sony's released it so close to Final Fantasy 16. You know that game was super dead. Yeah, releases can be a bit of a bitter pill to swallow. It's not this pit. I think it's a different level. Okay. I think it's a different level. Okay, I'm gonna keep going then. Oh, I suppose there is this. I guess that would have been a giveaway. Right idea, wrong level. No, I'm glad you guys are smart in that regard, because I'm gonna be real with you. I remember that being a thing, but I couldn't remember if it was this level or a different one. Thank you. I appreciate it. Did not want to fall in a pit. Just die. That'd be just super embarrassing. It's a way bigger pit too. Okay, so it's gonna be like a way bigger pit. Gotcha. Good. Noted. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of the way on that one. Goodbye, Wumpa. Never tried Skylanders because I saw the Toys to Life were a way to get people to buy characters that they should already have been in the game. Yeah, I was gonna say, there was the opposite side of the coin, which, again, to all fairness, when you really think about it, and I'm not here to, like, ruin anybody's childhood and go, oh my god, you're right, or oh my god, when you really think about it, but when you really think about it, Skylanders were kind of, I don't know, I don't want to call it, like, microtransactions, because you got, like, a toy out of it, you got to enjoy a toy, but when you really think about it, you were paying to pay for like one character and move on. I think you have to see value in the toy. You have to see that there's value in you bought a toy. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. I had to count that one. I didn't want to lose all my stuff. But yeah, you kind of have to keep in mind, like, you know, you get a little toy after that. Some people were mad when Skyward Sword HD got an amiibo that held back a feature that people thought the game should have had without the amiibo, and the amiibo was 25 bucks. But when I thought about it, I thought, well, you know, you don't need the feature that is, you know, given from the amiibo, and the amiibo was bigger, and it was a nice amiibo. So my brain went, well, I've got a nice, like, little collectible to have afterwards. But there were Skyward Sword fans that were like, bro, why is this feature locked behind the amiibo? That's anarchy. I totally understand where they're coming from. But I kind of took it as like, well, I like collecting amiibo. I'm getting Skyward Sword HD, and I enjoy the feature, so there you go. Unfortunately, we live in a world where everyone's got different perspective and different mindsets. And I'm not saying, like, that's a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, sometimes, you know, maybe you don't quite understand the opposite side of the coin, and I totally get that. I'm somebody who tries to get both sides. So that way I'm not just sitting there, like, being one-sided. I want to, like, at least understand where maybe people are coming from. It's a different level. I know it is because there should be a few planks of wood that let you know you need to fall down there. Okay, so they have, like, leftover planks of wood.
I learned a new language. Tell me what you think of this. Did you like it? I hope you did. If you didn't, then shame on you.
I did like it. It kind of sounds Swedish. It sounds a little Swedish. I hope I'm not, like, offending anybody who's Swedish, but it sounded fun. It sounded like a nice language. I think it helps that you did get a toy to figure out of it. True, yeah. Like, you get like a... Oh, I'm dead again. Was that German? I was thinking it was either German or Swedish, but for some reason, some of that sounded a little Swedish, but I'm also, like, not cultured. The cutoff at the end. The cutoff at the end was good. It was very good. Also, I need to lock in. I shouldn't have lost that many lives here. It's not the hardest level in the world, at least for somebody like me. But I goofed. I'm gonna not take that speed up. Otterly, welcome on in. It's good to see you. How you doing today? Down, 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 down. Still sticking around. Oh! I got the life anyways.
Las aventuras de Jimmy Neutron. El niño genio.
Ooh, spicy Neutron. I'm gonna die again. Shoot! I jumped a little too soon. God, I was gonna say something. That was one of those, like, you gain a life to lose a life moments, and it really sucks. Because I hate it when that happens, but it does. It's classic. Actually, fun fact of the day, when I think of a video game where you lose a life to try to get a life, Crash Bandicoot is literally what comes to mind first. I'm not even kidding. Anytime somebody goes, man, you lost a life to get a life, I always think of Crash Bandicoot. Hang on, I gotta lock in for just a momento. Senor Hugh Neutron. Biggie, welcome on in. It's good to see you. I am trying my best. You're a ding-a-ling. You're a ding-a-ling for that. Who did that? I got the little window. Go, Crash, go. I couldn't see worth the hoot there for a minute. Oh, shoot. I better... Oh, I actually can't see no... Oh, God, Crash. I'm pausing. Hold on, chat. Chat. Hold on. I gotta do something real quick. You're gonna love this. Uno momento. Hang on. Okay. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. Chat's trying to kill me with, like, redeems and not being able to see. I think after that redeem was done and I couldn't see anything, I feel like this. I feel like this. Oh. Sorry, I couldn't help it. Also, Omega, you don't need to be sorry. It was really funny. That's why I have the game set up the way it is. So that way, in case anybody wants to blind me, they can blind me with redeems. So, that was fun. I didn't realize you were or where you were. I realized where I was. I realized where I was. Does he read Japanese, I wonder? That's a good question. Might be worth a try, Kasudon. Didn't expect you to get an accent. Hugh did have an accent in that, didn't he? It was beautiful. You're confused? So, for anybody who doesn't know, I have a thing called... people call them Tangia. I call it Tangia, but it's Tangia, whatever you want to call it. They're redeems. And they're redeems that you can, like, plaster on my screen when I'm, streaming. I have some in channel point form, but I have a lot of them with bits. Unfortunately, I can't have. I think I have like a limit on how many I can make bits. But yeah, see like that one, we got like these little cat friendos on the screen. They're used with biddies. We love the loaf cat. Bless their souls. Also, after we fight this boss, we will be done with the first floor. So making some pretty good progress so far. Let's go ahead and get schmovin'. Give us that good old thumbs up, bucko. Maxwell Invasion. I always forget the name of that one, if I'm being honest. I did add a Tangia Redeem the other day. And I'm going to be real with you, it's incredibly cursed. It's my favorite to use on Deku, for anybody who follows Twilight Deku. It's like one of my favorites to use on them. Hello! It's Doug. We love Doug. That little cat in the corner, we named them Doug a good while back. I like the Sonic AI memes. Exactly. Which I'm gonna be 100% off. I'm gonna be 100% off.
Okay, here's my first attempt at the Japanese Cortex の逆シグジョはクラッシュバンディクのプレイヤーキャラクターとするプラットフォームゲームです。ゲームの目的はクラッシュの素敵ドクターネオコールテックスのために25個のクリスタルを集めることです。クリスタルは15の逆となるレベルに散らばっており、GM の中心エリアであるワープル無からアクセスできます。レベルは対応するクリスタルを集めてパスの中点に到達するとクリアとなり、クラッシュはワープルムに戻ります。
Dang! Dang! Oh, okay, bye.
Don't let your kids watch it.
That was beautiful. That was really beautiful. Holy crap. Can somebody clip that? Exclamation mark clip or anything? Just grab that real quick. That was incredible. So Deku in chat says, wait, huh? Kit said you mentioned me. So I did mention you. I was talking about how I added a Tangia Redeem recently. It's my favorite Tangia Redeem to use on Deku's end as when they stream. It's like the one I used on you the other night. Ooh, okay, I don't know why I hit you after the TNT. It's not what I'm supposed to do. But it's like my favorite one. But I did add that recently. Because I thought, like, yeah, I gotta have that. The Kirby one? Yeah, the Kirby one. The Kirby one's very cursed. Alright, we did take him down. Pretty easy boss in my opinion, but you can't use it. Great heavens. Did I win? I did. We were just finishing our dance. Oh, what in great heavens? Oh, we got another one coming through. The timing of the redeems was great. Honestly, we always have good timing on this channel. I ain't gonna lie, you guys are great.
Why not try a holiday in Sweden this year? See the lovely lakes, the wonderful telephone system, and many interesting furry animals, including the majestic moose.
The majestic moose. I'm convinced. Sold.
No, really. She was carving her initials on the moose with the sharpened end of an interspace toothbrush, given her by Svenge, her brother-in-law, an Oslo dentist, and star of many Norwegian movies.
I liked everything you just said. I liked all those words that I just heard just now. Those were Kirby. Get off me, you fiend! Kirby, I feel violated. How dare. Gross. Disgusting, even. Get off my titties. I might save since I'm up here. Freaking disgusting. Freaking love the Kirby Redeem. Oh, you feel violated? I do feel violated. Yeah, they were eating mostly Zenko, it's true. I'm so sorry, my child. Can you tell by the look on her face she's not very happy? She doesn't look very happy. You've offended her. You've destroyed her mentality. Now I'm going to have to give her therapy. That's going to cost money. I don't got therapy money. I don't even got money for myself. I'm out here buying a Nintendo Switch 2 in a couple days.
You better tell me my Japanese is good. If you don't, then you'll be dead within 7 minutes.
Oh. I'm toast, chat. I'm toast.
土を画面外に吹き飛
Quick,
ば
somebody
したり
Google Translate
地面を
this.
つねってボディスラムを行って特定のオブジェクトを破壊したりする能力があります。またスライドの直後にジャンプすればクラッシュは通常よりも高くジャンプ
Okay, but why is
します。
John Albert
これ
Wesker
ら
in
のテクニ
Japanese
ック
very
はす
sexy?
べてクラッシュの全身
Like, am I wrong?
を
Am I
組
wrong,
織する
chat?
ほとんどの地に対する攻撃手段と
Also,
して
Kevin, thank you so much for grabbing that
使用で
clip.
きます。
Highly appreciate you, my guy. I'm gonna grab that clip real quick.
お前はもう死んでいる。
Nani? I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the chat super quickly. But exclamation mark Discord. Everybody who hasn't been a part of the Discord server recently, we do have Sinopolis Zone, a brand new Discord I've had open for about almost roughly a month now. We watched Pokemon the first movie and Pokemon the movie 2000 last night. Very fun time. Trip down nostalgic lane, and it was a super good time. I'm hoping to host more movies at the server sometime soon. But consider joining the Discord. It's a fully boosted Discord full of emotes, stickers, and sound alerts. So would love to see you guys in there. We all say good morning, hello, we chime in with one another, we talk all things video games and memes, and we share art. It's awesome. So anyways, my obligatory shill is done. I will move on. I'm sure you all hear enough of that in your YouTube videos and stuff. Do you leave Knothole City? It's completely up to you. That server is still up and running, but I'm hosting a server more so dedicated to my neck of the woods, if that makes any sense. It's more so tailored towards my content, so that is all I'm putting out there. I'm gonna jump. Oh, ooh. Unfortunately, I missed that one box, but that was actually kind of clean. Okay, here we go. But yeah, I said John Albert Wesker speaking Japanese was sexy. You all heard that. I don't roll that way, but you gotta admit when a man sounds good. He got that voice. Granted, the voice actors for Albert Wesker have always been a treat. Albert Wesker's just a very fun character. Huh. Donk. Hang on, I gotta. For some reason, that got caught in the system, but I got you. There we go. No, you're good. I don't know why Twitch caught that necessarily. It was very strange. There we go. So Zonic lives in a movie theater. Got it. I do. I live in a whole movie theater. My bed is upstairs, and it's in one of those little projectionist rooms. I have a nice little cozy setup in there. It's very very fun and nice. You wouldn't expect to be able to hold housing up there, but I make it work. We got a shower and everything. It's kind of like if you've ever seen, It's kind of like if you've ever seen the casino in Sonic Adventure, how they have the showers in there. We got showers in my cinema, believe it or not. In case you've just got done watching like a filthy film and you need to wash off. I don't mean for that to sound as gross as it did. Home theater, nah, theater home. Yeah, there you go. Now you're thinking, Lincoln. Bring the theater to your home. Wait, or hang on, home theater, nah, theater home. Yeah, exactly. You want the theater to be your home. You don't want to bring the theater to your home. You live in a theater. You are the theater. So there's no digicode keyboard. I'm sad. Oh no. That's no bueno. I'm not dying. I'm dying. I take back what I've said. I am indeed dying. Huh. There we go. Am I the one who questioned that in Sonic Adventure 1? Why are there showers in a casino? So you know what's interesting, right? So I've seen casinos that are like connected to hotels. I feel like the hotels having the showers could make sense. Like that's fair. But why were there just showers around the corner from gambling? That doesn't make any sense. Like, is that like a thing in Japan? Is that like a thing in Japan or? Like I just never got that. So you can gamble all the time, no stops. Also, casino might have a pool. Okay, but like a casino having a pool would be pretty baller. I can at least maybe see the pool or a hot tub or something. I do enjoy me a nice hot tub. I freaking love the song. This is a Crash level I'm probably not very good at, all things considered. Well, I don't want to say that. I'm not like terrible at it. I just feel like I die here more than I should. Hut. There we go. Gotta be good about the lives where I can. Hut. Cannonball. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a Japan thing. I wouldn't be too either. Like, maybe they have, like, different customs going on and whatnot, so maybe that's, like, something they're cool with. I don't think it's necessarily, like, a bad thing. I think it's just, like, it's just different. But again, I don't live in Japan. I also don't go to casinos, so, hey, what do I know? I've only been to a casino once in my life, believe it or not. I won 15 cents and called it a day. I didn't quite lose my money. I only lost some, but I considered that like a... Didn't lose all my money. Oh, you know, I don't really want that. Right, I'm heading out. Normally I lurk, but I want to be fully immersed in Triple Deluxe. No, that sounds good. I appreciate you even being here and popping in and saying hey and all that kind of stuff. You enjoy your Triple Deluxe. Have a good time. Gonna gonna go get some snacks from the store. That sounds good. Snackies are good. Chat, what kind of snackies is... snackies / dinner we eating tonight. I did not want to miss that extra life. I'm a little sad now. I wanted that. Could have been useful. I had... What did I have? I had like a... God, what is that called? I had like a penne pasta with like a cheesy Alfredo sauce. It was actually pretty good. And then I also had some fruit. I had a bowl of fruit. Kind of different from what I normally eat. I usually eat like crud, but I actually ate kind of good tonight. Which is good. Very, very good. Not saying it was like the most healthy thing in the world, but it was much better than what I normally eat. Normally, I'd be like, okay, let's throw in a Totino's pizza. Yeah, I'll eat that, and then I'll stream. And then after stream, I'm like, oh, I shouldn't cook so late. You know, I just got done streaming. It's like 2 in the morning. Eat a couple Dorito and pass out. Not the healthiest lifestyle, so... Eating a nice fresh thing of pasta and some fruit was probably what keeps me going and not feeling like trash. I have a very questionable diet. I am the skinniest fat guy you'll ever see. I'm not fat. Oh no, I'm sorry, I said that the other way around. I'm the fattest skinny guy you'll ever meet. I'm skinny, but I should be fat, is what I was trying to make the joke. I feel like with what I eat, I should not be the weight I am. I tend to burn through things like crazy. It's a high metabolism thing. It's less of a bragging thing and more of a, I don't want to call it a curse, but as somebody who's tried like going to the gym for several years now and gain weight to gain muscle, I can't keep muscle on for the life of me. I can get high in energy, but I can't bulk up. I've like maybe bulked up a smidgen over the years. Woo! Did not mean to scream there. I'm so sorry. I thought I was actually gonna die. I saved that just barely. Hi-ya. Bro, I wish I was skinny as you. I understand. Most people look at me and go, bro, like, you know, don't call that a curse. That's a blessing. It is mostly a blessing, the fact that I have a high metabolism. Especially as I am starting to ease into my 30s soon. But, like, I don't know. As somebody who's wanted to gain muscle, it's kind of a curse as well. I'd say it's more of a blessing than a curse, but it has its curse. A little bit. Nothing that I can truly complain about, though. It could be worse. It could be worse. How skinny are we talking? Because I'm like 100 in terms of weight, also. And that's no lie. I wish I was taller. I'm 130. Oh, shoot. About 130. Well, these days about 135. I've been able to put on some weight in recent times, which is great. But I kind of stagger between 130 and 135, depending on the time frame. Well, I'm about 100 and probably 35, which is the most I've had my whole life because I'm normally, like I said, 130. I've even dipped below 130 at times if I don't eat well, but I've been eating pretty well. That's pretty medium leveled. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm not considered like overweight by any means, or even like average weight. I think I'm like slightly underneath average weight. Okay, better go ahead and get out of the way. I used to have a high metabolism, but it's gone now, and I'm just fat. You're not fat. To me, like, fat is like, I don't know. I guess define fat. Technically, everybody has to have a form of fat, like body fat, if that makes any sense. To me, like, I'd argue, like, I don't know. Shoot. I guess weight and health are two different things, though. Like, I'm skinny, but, like, I'm not healthy, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't eat the right things. Like, if I got diabetes and I was skinny, I wouldn't be too surprised. I'd be sad that I let myself get to that point, but I wouldn't be like, too surprised. If that makes any sense, just because I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right for me. Overweight has to be around 300 pounds. Yeah, give or take, give or take. And there's nothing wrong with being overweight for the record. Like, I have plenty of people I have in my family and people, friends-wise, that I know are up there. But, like, I'm never one to, like, shame anyone for that factor. We're definitely not like that here. I don't like judging in general, if I'm being honest. We have too much of that in this world, if I'm being real. I don't care less if somebody's like fat or skinny, as long as they're kind. That's what I care about personally. It's kind of like this thing I saw earlier today, like on Twitter, where it was like a wholesome post where they're like, you know, no point in a pretty face if you're going to be a jerk. It's like, true. Who the frick wants to... Like, it's kind of like a... What's the word? Like a dating thing. Like, what's the point in somebody being, like, good-looking if they're going to be a jerk? Like, they're not worth it. Don't go for the person that's good-looking but a jerk. Go for somebody... Like, if they're good-looking, you know, that's one thing. But, like, go for somebody who actually, like, cares about you and, you know, likes you for you, you know. That's important for me first and foremost. It's got to be the personality. Absolutely. It's got to be somebody I click with. Yeah, there we go. I don't know why we're on such weird subjects tonight with Crash 2. I apologize. I know we should probably be talking about the Manuka, but take the hit. That's okay. As long as we can get to maybe a checkpoint. Although we might be at the end of the level. Give it a second. Question mark? Yeah, we are. Okay, sweet. But yeah, guys, let me know what video games you've been playing lately. I try to ask that every now and then, especially when it's the beginning of a new week. But any games we've been playing lately? I mean, for most of you guys, you all know what I play. It's mostly stuff on stream, so... Obviously, Crash 2 tonight, Metroid Prime 2, whatever else I've played lately, Cuphead and all that. Well, whatever I play. Uncharted 4, that's a good one. Uncharted 4 is a good one. I'm gonna do Barrett. Barrett is actually one of my favorite Crash 2 levels, believe it or not. Not everyone's favorite level, but I really enjoy Crash 2's Barrett level. Classic of classics. This one I have like high memories of, like, not high memories, like fond memories of my childhood playing this one. I've been making good progress in Tales of Vesperia, and my Vault Hunters beat the first Borderlands 2 DLC. Yo, let's go. One of these days I need to play a Tales game proper. I played, without getting too into it, I played Tales of Symphonia for a couple hours one day, like years ago, and I was like, wow, I really enjoyed this. I told somebody I was playing Tales of Symphonia. I'm not going to mention who, but I told somebody, like, yeah, I started playing Tales of Symphonia. They got mad that I played it without them being there, and actually, like, legitimately got peed off at that, and it really ruined me playing Tales of Symphonia, so I just dropped it to not pee them off. It was, again, this was years ago, but it was, yeah, unfortunate circumstance. Very unfortunate circumstance. That was a really weird sound. Ooh, boy. Great heavens. I'm gonna jump over here. What? That's dumb. It's very dumb. Trust me, I look back at it now, and it's just dumb. It's super dumb. Like, if you ever had that one friend that's like, I want to be there whenever you play so-and-so, like, this was somebody that, like, they got mad if you ever... Like, it was the same person, believe it or not, who got mad at me for... I remember watching the first... What was it called? Matrix movie? I watched the first Matrix movie, really enjoyed it, told them, I was like, yeah, I watched the first Matrix movie, I want to see the second and third one. And they were like, I wanted to watch those with you. You know, I've wanted to see the Matrix movies. And they got mad at me for that and never went on to watch 2 and 3. I did hear the last one that came out. This was like before the 4th movie came out a couple years ago. I heard the last one wasn't all that good. But yeah, they weren't a good person in my life. Thankfully, I did move along and decided to not be around that. You know, because there's just some people out there. It's like, yeah, you gotta know when to fold it sometimes. They weren't worth it. Like, yeah, get out of here. You're not good. Crash. It's going in. Actually, last night, Otterly and Sandra and I were grinding a multiplayer off stream. Yeah, actually, I didn't even know that game had multiplayer until a couple weeks back. When I was listening in on somebody's video, they had brought up that game and how I had like a multiplayer. Although I think depending on like what party members are available, the people have to accommodate with that. Am I wrong? Like, they have to accommodate whoever's in your party at that point in time, like, or something like that. But according to the video, that's how that goes, sort of. Yeah, something on those lines. Oh! I did not want to fall in that pit. That was kind of unfortunate. Don't. I mean, I will get mad at someone for playing for playing a game I love a lot, but the issue is that they have a set schedule and I have to work, so I have no control of that. That's a lot of things. I feel that. There's been a couple streams and a couple ideas I've had. Like, for the longest time I've always wanted to do. But it would always be, like... Ooh, sorry, I had hiccups there. Call it the opposite end of the spectrum. But I've had people... Ah, freaking fell in the pit again. I've had, Hi, honey. Hello. How you doing today? It's good to see you. Or how you doing as of right now, I should say. I saw you earlier today. No, I was gonna say, like, I've had people, like, where, like, I want to do, like, a stream or a game or a project, and somebody's like, yeah, we'll do that someday, and you kind of just sit there like, I really want to do it, but, you know, your said friend is, like, not wanting to do that thing. Like, they fall off the beaten path. So I've tried being a lot more independent with my content these days to kind of just do what I want to do. That's not the pit, then. There's no leftover wood. Hello, hun. Did you end up finishing that stream by any chance? It was good. I got to chime in for a little bit before I started mine. Try to, anyhow. Try to support who I can when I can. I have no idea if I should even be going over here. Huh. Probably not. But I like a challenge. Oh, it brings you back. Okay, so that was just for a matter of Wumpa? Question mark? I mean, I'll take the Wumpa. I ain't gonna argue with it. Huh. You might want to move your cheeks. Crap. Ooh, I barely made that. I'm gonna use this. Really had to think about that for a second. Alright, Wumpa, don't fail me now. That's okay, we've made it. New checkpoint? Maybe. Boxes, but yeah. No, that's fair, yeah, that's right. The boxes. You gotta try to aim for the boxes when you can. If you're going for the 100%. Sound like an effing Porky Pig there for a sec. Coming through the middle. Doink. Huh. I'm gonna make a decision today. Whew. That's what me making a decision looks like. Very spooky. This might be it right here. This is the one I think I can go in. Yeah. Oh no. No, that would get destroyed. Gasp. Doink, 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 doink. All right, let's do it. Whew. I will take the Wumpa. Thank you kindly. Doink. I'm gonna mess that up. Well, hang on. We can actually still jump across that. I want to grab all these. Move, Crash. Get out of that. Thank you kindly. There we go. Okay. One more time. Ah! I didn't realize. I thought I was boxed in by like an invisible wall. I don't know what I was thinking. Rough hours. Try that again. Can I use the D-pad? Oh, I can. Okay. I'm using my DualSense controller for today. Feels very good with Crash 2. Crash Bandicoot always just felt right with the PlayStation controller. I know the Insane Trilogy came out and gave us like Xbox options and Switch and everything else you can think of, but Crash feels right with the PlayStation controller. I'm in that domain, like I can play with something else if need be, but like, man, if it don't feel right on PlayStation. Let's go ahead and slam a bam. Yeah, let's go. Doink. Oh. I see how this works now. Doink. Probably could have handled that Wumpa better. That's okay, though. Hut. Hut. We'll go ahead and use the D-pad now, just to be on the safe side. I don't want to get myself killed out of bounds. One more time. One more time. Should give us maybe 2 lives, give or take. Yeah, we're going to go up to 32. Not too shabby. I need to be a little bit better about lives. I do tend to go through quite a bit in the last world. Unfortunately, that's how I roll. So let's see if I can pull it off. There we go. One more time. There you go. That's extra life. We do take those. Very nice, Sue. Okay. Go ahead and let that get destroyed on its own. I don't need to worry about that one. Yeah, we're good. Played safe. Played safe. Did I? Oh, missed 2. Dang. Dang. Darn. Dang. Darn. Dang. Darn. Ah, well. Better luck next time. One of these days I'll get a regular gem. I tend to get those every now and then. Ah, drink break. How many more do we have? 1 more? Wow. Okay, we got through these pretty quick. The eel deal. Let's do it to it. Ooh, we haven't heard this song yet. We also haven't been to this environment yet, to be fair. So, here we go. Donk. Ooh. I unfortunately missed my shot there. That's okay. I usually use these little freckers to... Oh, right, the eel. I usually use those little frickers to break down the, I don't know what you want to call this, like the fan blades, I guess. James Bond level. True. It's got a James Bond pilled a little bit. When you really think about it, if for anybody who actually does like watch the James Bond films, he does tend to go in like sewer-esque areas at times. I'd argue in a lot of the films, not all of them, but it'll be like in a weird sewery type location at some point. I'm surprised that didn't hurt me. These little buggers tend to get me every now and then. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, you know what's something? Ah, you're a dingling. You know what's another game I've been wanting to revisit? Some of these games I tend to do annually, right? So Crash 2 is something I like revisit fairly, I'd argue fairly often. I did not want to die there, bro. One of the games I want to visit that I do annually is Jak and Daxter. I really enjoy the original Jak and Daxter. I don't think I see him do that in the games. I've only played GoldenEye and I believe Nightfire. But one, I've played Nightfire in forever, and two, I've never beaten GoldenEye, so that's a good question. I am very much looking forward to the new James Bond game, though. We're getting a new Bond game. I don't know what it's going to be like, but I have faith in it. This fits the Pierce Bronson and Daniel Craig movies. True. I'd argue probably my two favorite Bonds right there. Pierce is, I don't want to say bland in comparison, but he was very of like a time where I'd argue maybe it was a little of a cheesier time, but I really love it for that factor. Obviously, Sean Connery is also one of the best. But Daniel Craig sells Bond, dude. He was so good. Hey, Zach, how's Crash 2? Yo, Kurt Yosh, Crash 2 has been good so far. We're about to wrap up the second area. And, yeah, we're having a pretty nice chill night tonight. I kind of just needed a comfort game today, because today was kind of rough. Not the worst day or anything by any means, but it was a little rough for me. So I needed something that, like, oh, I'm dying. I'm going to have to get rid of this fricker real quick before I go across. Yeah, I needed like a comfort game, and I was like, Crash 2 sounds fun, so I was making my schedule, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to stream today or not. And I was like, yeah, we'll play Crash 2, chill out for a bit. The Wumpa were leading me that way, so I'm going to go the opposite direction. The Wumpa are to be... Wait a minute. Ooh, I actually don't remember. Oh! I actually don't remember which path has the crystal. I might actually go left. Dunk. There we go. A month from now is your graduation? Heck yeah. Yeah, you'll be very happy to be done with school, I'm sure. That's one of those things, like, I feel like everybody who didn't like school definitely goes good riddance, but everybody who did like school also kind of looks back like, yeah, I like the good times, but also, like, I would never want to, like, go back. Nobody ever wants to go back to, like, regular school. Now, college is, like, a whole nother ballpark that I've not dove into on a personal, but... yeah, in terms of, like, regular school, even those who did like it, which I have some fond memories of regular school, even I'm kind of in that ballpark of, like, okay, but, like, I would never go back. Nobody ever wants to have to go back, if they can help it. Most of the time when I hear people say, like, oh, I wish I could be, like, 18 again in high school and this and that, it's like, well, you missed the part about being young. Most of the time is in the equation there. But that's obviously for people who are, like, much older, thinking that way. Woo! Spicy meatball! Coming through. But again, I also can't speak for everybody. Everybody's different. Some people may have, like, thoroughly enjoyed school. Then maybe that was, like, the pinnacle of their life. Up to a certain point. Who knows? I mean, yeah, I don't miss it, but at the same time I do, because friends and freaking out around in gym class. True! I'm in the same boat. Like, there are things I do miss about it, but, like, if you were, like, told, like, oh, you can go back and do it all over again, nah. I wouldn't go back. But, you know, I do miss the good parts. Absolutely. I'd argue, like, maybe 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 times, most people will tell you, like, ew, you know, they don't miss school. Most people don't like school for whatever reason. Probably jerkos. Was also listening to the songs that were in Team Fabulous too. I love the song About the Weekend, despite bringing me to tears each time. Ah, Team Fabulous 2, a classic of classics. You don't miss school at all? No, that's fair. That's completely fair. I'm in that adult part of my age where I'm kind of like, you know, I didn't mind school. I really wish they taught me how to do my taxes. Like, I mean, this was like a desire years ago, for the record. I kind of more so just every time tax season rolls around, you're just like, man, school, you could have taught us things in life we really needed. really needed. No, not at all. Whew! These little frickers. Forget about them sometimes, being enemies in this game. 78 out of 79, you've got to be crapping burgers. Bro, I'm always missing it by like 1 crate. I'm literally the meme where you miss it by 1 crate and you're like, no. I wouldn't go back now because I'm far too into my life right now and everything, so I'm standing my ground. No, that's fair. I'm same boat.
10 of 25 crystals. You're on your way.
Why, thank you.
I'm running low on power.
People who miss school are the snobby girls who are still friends with each other weirdly. I know the exact type you're talking about too. Every school has those, you know. I mean, I'm saying this is like, you know, everybody's seen, you know, that group. And it's funny too, because I've heard so many people, like, when they're adults, they'll, like, tell people, like, oh, yeah, like, my mom will tell you a story about, like, there's this one girl in school who's really mean to her, and I told her years later, like, yeah, you were mean to me, and, like, the person will be like, I don't remember that. Though, like, a lot of the bullies will tend to say, like, I don't remember being a bully. Was I actually like that? It's like, yes, you were. A lot of them tend to forget that they were bullies. I'm like, motherfricker. Rude as heck. I've heard my mom say a few people that were, like, mean to her, and, like, will actually, like, apologize years later. It's like, bro, it's too late now. Too late. I wish I didn't do college. Nah, I totally understand that. I remember at one point, like, it was in the cards, like, I thought about it, but I genuinely didn't go to college because I didn't want to pay money towards something that I didn't know what I wanted to do. At that point in time, I started to make money as a content creator very early into my life. Ooh, that's me making a mistake. I started making money as a content creator. I thought, well, maybe I could do something with this. And even though I haven't, like, amounted to anything crazy, for somebody who hasn't done college, I tend to hold my own. Again, nothing crazy. I don't make bank or anything. But, you know, I hold my own. I'm happy. I'm happy enough. I would like to do better, but I mean, that's just life. Everybody always wants to do better for themselves if they can help it, you know? So, roll with the punches. This boss is super easy. The fact that I even got hit once was totally on me. Didn't like school because of the awful introduction into school because my kindergarten teacher was a piece of crap. Oh, that's a darn shame. I think for me, the only teachers I remember, like in terms of, like, homeroom teachers, I loved my kindergarten teacher. I loved her so much. She was super sweet. First grade teacher, I was actually afraid of initially, but she ended up being, like, one of the best ones, too. No, wait, it wasn't first grade. Second grade. I meant second grade. First grade, I did like. Second grade, I was afraid of, but then I ended up liking her. She was actually great. Third, I was in a weird pickle. I kind of moved from school to school at that period of time, so I don't honestly kind of remember much. I think I remember, like, one of the teachers. She was okay. And then fourth, I liked. Fifth, I loved. I loved my fifth grade home teacher. Holy crap, dude. We would play Mario Kart DS and stuff on free time. It was fantastic. Everybody after that really just depends. Kind of just
Good
here and there.
show, Crash. The Komodo brothers obviously lacked your
But anywho. Also, welcome back, Blade. Got some ice cream? Yo, what kind of ice cream are we talking about?
Crystals to obtain. Remember, the world is counting on
The most forgettable Crash villains. I do remember myself being a bully, and I hate it so much. Hey, you know what? I think when you're young and when you're a kid, you know, when you're, I don't want to say kid, but like, yeah, when you're young and whatnot, everybody does something stupid at some point. You could be a nerd, you could be a jock, you could be a, you know, whatever you were at school, you know, everybody did dumb stuff. I mean, I was a pretty clean-cut kid, but even as a teenager, I was pretty dumb. I made some dumb decisions. Everybody does. At least I'd argue, so. If you can look back at it and cringe or be like, yo, that was sucky, I'm so sorry I did these things, that shows development. That shows character development. That's a good thing. So, if you can look back at the times like, oh, I'm so glad I'm not like so-and-so anymore, that's great. So, I was friends with this guy who was a criminal for the rest of his life and he got sent to jail every year after school. Every school has one, bro. Every school has one. It's insane. We had one. We were a small school and we had one. I had a teacher who was a friend of Naruto. So, funnily enough, you mentioned that. Naruto was kind of ruined for me early on. Like, I don't have anything against the series now, but I had a little bit of a thing against it. I may have brought this up in, like, one other stream, right? The person who heavily bullied my brother, which I feel like has ruined him till this day, socially, really liked Naruto. So, I kind of just, like, held Naruto, like, up against the ropes, like, I don't know, the bully that, like, did that to him liked it, so I kind of, like, didn't like it by association. Obviously, this was a very long time ago, very different piece of time. And, you know, good anime and whatnot, but Yeah, I kind of resented that anime for a couple years, just because it'd remind me of him, basically. But hey, it is what it is. I don't know, I guess it more so pees me off in the grand scheme of things, because my brother's like 2 years older than me, and he's still kind of, like, without getting too into it, he still kind of suffers from being, like, really good with social skills, because they basically fricked on him a good chunk of that couple school years, and I'm just like, bro, he had so much potential, they just dogged on him.
Gems and crystals.
He still is, but
course dough.
dough. Yeah, I don't know. It's just unfortunate how people are like that, but yeah, it is what it is. Current English teacher is super chill. I basically got away scot-free about writing a paper on the super mutants of Fallout. Yeah, there you go. I did something similar once in school, believe it or not. I did a paper on a video game back in school. Like, I think this was 7th grade. And I was so worried that I'm like, somebody, if anybody knows about the video game I'm talking about, you know, I was like, I'm cooked. You know, people are going to know I just BS my way through this paper. But nobody did, so I completely got away with it. It was very funny. Very, very cool. Oh, thank you for the pumpkin. That landed on my child's head. Oh no. Read the whole manga to see how Naruto is more popular than One Piece. Ooh. You don't see how? I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna throw my hot take out there. I think One Piece is more popular. From what I know, like at least the Boruto thing aside of things, I heard wasn't like nearly as good as the original series, and isn't like nearly as proclaimed. But One Piece is very strong right now. One Piece is a very strong IP. I'd argue One Piece is more popular, but I'm no professional. I could be wrong. I could very be wrong. I don't know about you, chat. I think One Piece is more on the market right now. That's just me, though. Around 2014 it was more popular. It was definitely, like, I remember back then, yeah, it definitely had, like, everything else on the ropes. But I'd argue these days maybe One Piece. I did not mean to jump out in front of that guy. My bad. Yeah, I'd say, like, I remember back in, like, the early 2010s, yeah, it absolutely was, like, probably #1 at that period of time. So. But hey, you know, it's not about which one's the best. It's about enjoying what you like, so. Teach their own. I have been loving One Piece. I'm getting closer to 700, episode 700. I think I'm like 30 episodes away from 700. So, catch it up slowly but surely. There's 1,000 some episodes and I'm absolutely trying. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of fell off One Piece a little bit recently. But very recently, and I mean like the last couple of days, I've been a lot more invested. The arc I'm in right now is picking up. So I went from like, I'm watching an episode every now and then to like, I think I'm downing like maybe 3 a day now, which is great. I'll usually like watch like an episode and a half before I stream, and then I'll watch like an episode and a half at work, so it ends up being like 3 episodes. It's really, really good though. I'm in Dressrosa for anybody who's familiar with that part of One Piece. That I won't elaborate any further, but I'm in Dressrosa. It's very good. I prefer older brands of anime, Shaman King, Zach Bell or Zatch Bell. I'll gladly take Zach Bell, though. Put my name in there. Inuyasha, etc., etc. Yeah. Do you like Ranma by any chance, Blade? I got to enjoy Ranma, the newer one, but like I want to go back and watch the old one eventually. I love Ranma. The second pronounce? Gotcha. But yeah, I freaking love Ranma. I think it's like half or however you pronounce it. It's just Ranma. I really enjoy Ranma. Very good anime. Super good. Oh, hang on. I'll write it in chat real quick. Ranma. It looks like this. I know that's going to be like earlier in chat when I type that, but... Dang it. Excited for more Ranma. Yeah, so funnily enough, Kartyash, I'm sure one of the big reasons why the Ranmas played in her server the other day is because we literally sat down and watched the entirety of the new Ranma. It's so good. Like, I think after we got done watching that, she was like, oh yeah, let's host it in the server, so it's really cool that you guys are watching that, but it's super good. I absolutely love Ranma. If you, I'm assuming you watched maybe the first 6 episodes or so. I'm not exactly sure how far you guys got, but yeah, you'll love it. Dang, Daniel! Ooh, that was close. Ranma, I had to look into it. Yeah, if you like Inuyasha, go watch Ranma. It's literally made by the same people. I'm afraid I have to go to sleep. Thank you so much for the stream. You're very welcome, Sonic Stefan. Thank you so much for being here. Then rewatching LBXW. Ooh. Heck yeah. Sounds like you guys are watching some good stuff. Seeing everyone talking about some mech anime since 2021. It's actually old, but I never heard of it until 2021. Ooh, it might be like one of those, like, I don't want to say resurgence type anime, but like something that people really like nowadays or something. I'm trying to... Is it Evangelion? I know it's going to sound like a very just random shot in the dark, but I'm assuming maybe Evangelion. I have like... Oh, Evangelion. Okay, yeah, no, Evangelion. So I'm going to make this recommendation real quick for anybody who's curious about Evangelion, for anybody who hasn't seen it. Take care and happy Easter. Yeah, you have yourself a happy Easter as well. For anybody who wants to... If you've ever been possibly interested in Evangelion... watch it when you're in a good mental state or in a good mood. That's one of those animes that I will argue don't watch it if you're like going through it or maybe depressed or anything like that, because it's a very, I say this in a nice way, but it's a very mental anime, and by mental I mean like it's very like psyche, like it really messes with you kind of anime. Like you have to be ready to take on what they're gonna show you. Tokyo Ghoul is also an anime. I would like, don't watch that if you're depressed. Don't watch it. Don't watch Tokyo Ghoul if you're depressed or if you're going through it. Like those are two anime that I'd be like, you gotta watch that when you're in a good mood, because they're very like about the psyche, messing with your brain. You have to be in a good mood, so it'll shock you rather than depress you. Because I watched Evangelion when I was in a good mood, and instead of it depressing me, I'd just be like, oh my god, like, you know what I mean? Like I can like handle it. But I don't recommend those animes if you're like maybe going through it. I only say that as fair warning because I've seen things before when I'm depresso, and it's like, again, I don't get depressed very often, but I've seen things when I was depresso, and I don't want like somebody to have like an anime ruined for them just because they watched it like at a wrong period of time, if that makes any sense. So more so just looking out for everybody in that regard. But again, teach their own. I'm not gonna tell you like not to watch it if you're curious, and maybe there's like a day you're like, I'm not feeling so great, I'm gonna watch this. Like, I'm not saying you can't, I'm just more so like recommending, personal recommendation. If you like old anime mech, or sorry, old mech anime, go check out Zoids. Funnily enough, my brother was a huge Zoids kid. My brother loved Zoids. He had a couple of the toys and whatnot from way back when. I don't think he has them these days, but yeah, Zoids is a classic. Classic of like Toonami and whatnot. Very, very of the time. Very fun. Oh, rare moment here. I'm on the boxes. You should not be able to stand on those boxes, for the record. Very fun. There was one classic anime I used to watch but stopped due to not being able to find it. The boxing anime, Hajime no Ippo, in my opinion, very good. So funnily enough, you mentioned that, Blade. I plan on watching that in the near future. It is on Netflix. I hate to admit that it's on Netflix because I know that's not everybody's cup of tea for a streaming service. But it is on there, and I plan on watching that, hopefully with GK. And I know at one point I was possibly going to watch it with Spark. I ain't gonna lie though, G, if you're there, maybe we could watch, what's it called? Words. Hajime no Ippo. I would love to watch that with you soon, if you are down. It'd be a lot of fun. Some way or another, I need to watch that anime. I really, really want to see it. Oh, there we go. Okay, hang on, gotta destroy one more. Yes, please. I would love to watch that. That sounds lovely. Ooh, we can even watch them tomorrow night, technically speaking, if we really wanted to. Up to you, though. Up to you. Then... I think you can get through there with one blade, but I'm also not going to, like, chance it. I say blade, and chat's going to be like, oh, me? No. The blade that's actually trying to kill me, not the blade that's very supportive and kind. And I appreciate chat. Chat, you're cool. I appreciate you, chat. Move! I don't think I have the crystal. No, I don't. I'm gonna give this a second before I get killed. Hut. The new one is good for me, but it's very geared towards kids. If you don't like kiddie anime, don't watch Zoids Wild. Gotcha. I'm somebody who, like, I don't, like, actively go out of my way to watch, like, kiddie type animes, but I also don't mind a nice fluffy anime every now and then, or like a wholesome, clean anime. Like something like Sonic X, like with 4Kids. I'd argue like that's a fluffier kind of anime. Like it's kind of like, you know, because it's the 4Kids version, it's not more kiddie. But sometimes you like that like fluff and that like, you know, I don't know. Oh, you know what's an anime that's like, I mean, most people haven't seen it, and I don't blame anyone if they haven't, because it's not really like out there. You'd have to like look it up on websites, or maybe it's even like on YouTube. If anybody's a fan of Ape Escape had an anime. it's very rinse repeat, very same premise, kind of like the Donkey Kong Country cartoon where they just repeat the same things over and over. But it's a fun little anime. It's very fluffy anime. But yeah, there's an Ape Escape anime, believe it or not. We got our first freaking gym, finally. It has an anime, yeah, it does. I'm not gonna call it like a masterpiece, but it's interesting. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's got. Oh, correct me if I'm wrong. I want to say the first 2 protagonists of Ape Escape. I want to say it takes from Ape Escape 1 and 2. Takes those protagonists and make them anime characters. I don't think Ape Escape 3 is involved in the Ape Escape anime. I could be wrong. I have a fuzzy memory of the anime, so correct me if I'm wrong. Parappa the Rapper has an anime too. Yeah, Parappa has an anime. It's got all the characters, even Jammer Lammy and whatnot. Or whatever her name is. Sorry if I butchered that. Jammer Lammy or something. I should know this by now. I'm a fake fan. I'm also like super bad at the Parappa game, so fair. I don't think I've ever played her spin-off game, believe it or not. I've only played the first Parappa. And even then, I've only played the demo. I've actually never like owned it. I should do that someday. I should play Parappa. It's a streamable game too, because its music's original, so maybe I should stream Parappa someday. I don't know if you guys would want that. Be interesting, to say the least. I'm not good at rhythm games, but I would certainly give it a whirl. What's next? Kid Icarus having an anime? Wait. Dude, I freaking wish. A Kid Icarus anime would go so hard. Like, if anybody recalls that trailer for Palutena, where Link and Pit fight, and it's all anime style, who didn't like that trailer? Like, wowzers, that was a beautiful trailer. That was like... I don't want to say like Palutena didn't deserve a trailer that high level, but like for a character like Palutena, that was such a beautiful way to introduce like another Kid Icarus character. Because I believe in Brawl we had Pit and Dirt Pit, so that was like the one and only time they added like a new... I'm dead. Kid Icarus character. It looked like Naruto. Honestly, it did kind of have that like somewhat... I don't want to call it realism. You know what I mean, right? Like that, like a bit closer to realism, but still cartoony feeling. I kind of agree with that, honestly. I know that was not the best explanation, but you get what I mean. Donk, 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 donk. 38 lives? It's not terrible. We're hanging in there with the lives. There was a short involving Palutena, aka not Smash related. Oh yeah, there was that. Yeah, I remember that one as well. You right. Oh my god, I almost forgot about that for a minute. You right though. That was me making a decision today, and it sucked. Crack, crack, crack the egg into the bowl. Yeah, well, what are we making with those eggs, though? We making a cake. We cooking something. You know what's funny? This is like the most out-of-pocket thing I'm gonna say, but I probably eat things with egg in it more now than ever. This is like out of the last year of my life, like the past year, I've eaten more egg than I ever have in my entire life. I used to not be very big on like scrambled eggs or anything just regular egg related, unless it was like in a cake or something. I never really ate things with like egg in it, and now I'm like eating like ramen with egg and egg in this and egg in that, you know, just a whole bunch of egg stuff. I've been wanting to try it like on a hamburger. I've heard it's good on hamburgers. Also, have a good night, Kurt. Yash, thank you so much for being here. Highly appreciate you. Is that? Missed one. I'm gonna cry now. So terrible at getting everything. Kick, punch, it's all in the mind. Dude, we do love Chop Chop Master Onion in this household, though. Classic of character. Oh, no, I don't want to play Parappa. I should look into that. You missed. I did miss. I missed bad. I've at least missed 4 or so levels of freaking boxes. Like, just 1 box per level. At least 4.
How disappointing.
You're right, though. Wheel crash.
No, this, as long as you are allied with Cortex, you are my sworn enemy, and I will do anything in my power to stop you. If the fate of the world is truly your concern,
hey, it's Snively. You know, you're not wrong. This is kind of the Snively at home. Although, I kind of like him, though. I like Embryo. I don't necessarily like Snively, if I'm being honest. Like, you kind of, like, love to hate him, basically. But, Embryo, I think I like Embryo. I like Embryo. He's trying to tell us to stop gathering crystals. I will proceed to gather crystals. We are not the same. Road to ruin. We are not on the same path. Actually, so random fun fact of the night. I'm not really saying anything that fun. So I like the Alani drinks that are like these like little they're energy drinks. There's these Alani drinks that I really like to drink, and they came out with a sherbet swirl flavor recently. I've had my fair share of sherbet drinks before, but I wasn't sure if this could be one I really liked or not. I'd argue it's like in my like high rankings now. Like I don't know if they'll keep it because Alani tends to have like it's kind of like G Fuel for those who don't know. But Alani has like all these flavors that I really enjoy. But sometimes they have like festive ones for Christmas, and they all have like a green apple for Halloween and stuff like that. But like this one's like a random swirly sherbet flavor, and I was like, I'm not sure if this is going to be like timed or if they're going to get rid of it, but I hope they keep it because I actually really enjoyed this flavor tonight. It's really freaking good. Because I ain't gonna lie, like I buy enough Alani drinks now. I buy them in like 24 packs. Kind of expensive if I'm being honest. But the you know, after you buy a 24 pack of a drink and you drink those fairly often, you get kind of tired of that said flavor. So having something new for once, maybe it's just the fact that I'm drinking a different flavor. Write that down. Write that down. Write that down. Write that down. Very picky about those types of drinks though, because I don't want anything that's like, I don't drink like Monster or anything like that because I feel like Monster's a little too much for me. It's like higher in the caffeine department. Alani's like just enough to pep me up, but not send me into overdrive. That's just me though. And I know it's not an everybody thing. More so just wanted to share, I was drinking a sherbet flavor. It's really good. It's not really anything I needed to share with chat, but... Oh, shoot! That's what I get for using the D-pad for that one. I was doing the D-pad for the 2D stuff and signed for my death there. Get out of my face. These guys are really freaky looking. If that makes me sound judgy, it's because I will say I get one today. These guys are a little weird. They are trying to kill me, to be fair, so I suppose I shouldn't feel too bad. Alright, so this is a death path. That is why I was having trouble, but I'm sure I can pull it off. It shouldn't be that bad. Alright, let's use the D-pad for the first, like, half of this, and then proceed to use the control stick, because the D-pad keeps me on a playing field here. There we go. There we go. One more time. There you go. Woo! I didn't react fast enough. That's my fault. I am going to skip the death path. I think I remember doing that a lot back then, and it caused me to lose a lot of lives. And I suppose at this point in the game, since I'm doing it in any percent run, I shouldn't have to worry about that. So we'll move on. I will not worry about the death path. I believe. Okay. Come in, get some. Okay. Yeah, random topic to talk about, right? Because I don't know if I got to mention this the other day on my Nintendo Switch podcast episode thingy. I'm gonna take a random shot in the dark. We'll take a random shot in the dark and say we're gonna maybe get Donkey Kong 64 on the Switch Online right before Donkey Kong Bonanza comes out. Kind of like how they did Donkey Kong Donkey Kong like Land and whatnot. All those games before we got Country Returns. I feel like they might give us DK64 before Bonanza, but I also could just flat out be wrong. Just a thought though. They kind of did that with Kirby. They released like Kirby, I think like 64 and a few other games, right as we were getting like Kirby in the Forgotten Land and such. So, food for thought. Remember those Mountain Dew energy drinks that they got me through middle school with my sleep issues before medicine? Oh, I remember those. I've probably brought this up in many other what's the word I'm looking for here? Streams. Who all of who remember the drink Vault? It was by the Coca-Cola company. To me, it was like a very Mountain Dew of the Coca-Cola company, but it's called Vault. Very, I'd argue, somewhat strong dewish flavor. You never go after the gems? Probably for the best, in all honesty. I don't really, on a personal, consider 100% playthroughs of Crash, like 1, 2, and 3, really that big of a deal. I don't know. I don't really consider like the true endings to be worthwhile. In my opinion. Like, to bend over backwards. Unless you're able to do that stuff, then you're fine, but... I know of Mellow Yellow. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm surprised Mellow Yellow is still around. Is there still a market for Mellow Yellow? I feel like Mellow Yellow's always been that, like, rare once a blue moon might drink after so long kind of drink, but I don't really, like, mess with it anymore. Bro's playing CSB. I've been stuck in Yakuza Purgatory. Which one you playing? Which one you playing, Zenny? Hope you're having a lovely day today. It is good to see you. I've been meaning to touch Yakuza series. I eventually will as well. So I forget who it was that told me this the other day. It might have been Zenny or somebody, but somebody told me, like, almost nobody watches Yakuza streams. Like, it's like when you stream Yakuza, like, barely anybody, like, wants to watch somebody play Yakuza. It's like something you play and not so much stream. In all honesty, like, I don't know who would watch me play Yakuza, but I have faith. I have faith that my community, or at least a good chunk of it, might watch me play it. Big maybe, though. I'm not a pro at those games, but I think I could hold my own. I could see myself maybe streaming it. I don't know if it would do numbers, but we'd have fun. We'd at least try to have fun. I've got one more level. Unbearable. Oh, we got another bear level. I'm all for it. I'd watch, but work is going to be double this summer. Yo, double? Oof. I feel that, my dude. I feel that. I'm going to sound plain for saying this. I don't think I have summer plans. I kind of just do the same thing all the... Oh, shoot. Never mind. It's not riding the bear. It's running away from the bear. We got to schmoove. But yeah, I don't think I have, like, particular summer plans. I know I'm going to a convention at the end of May, going into early June, but that's not technically summer. That is spring. Hey, Gex. I make that joke every time. Oh, shoot. Okay, I'm surprised I made that. Yeah, I'm just going to a convention at the end of May, going into early June. I'm looking forward to the Switch 2. Other than that, I mean, even then, that's still not summer. Switch 2's coming out in spring on a technicality. Summer's not until like mid-June, so other than maybe VTuber SummerSlam and all that such that I normally do, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I'm surprised to be alive right now. Move your cheeks. Sorry, get out of my way. Schmove it or lose it. Classic quote. Is that the wood? I can jump in this pit. This is the one. There's a character from Yakuza in the later Monkey Ball game, and my older brother had no idea who he is. He kind of resembles Rob Lucy in Monkey Ball form. Oh, right. I should be able to think of the name right now, but for the life of me, I can't. I should know this. Oh, I'm dead. Wow, I really bit it there. That was kind of sad. Okay, let's go back in. Yeah, Kazuma, there it is. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. I almost said Ichiban. I'm like, I know that's not it. For some reason, my brain was playing tricks on me, but yeah. Classic of Sig. I would say modern classic character. He's a modern classic by today's standards. Am I supposed to go over here? Oh, I'm being attacked. Okay, hold on. Uno momento. Donk. I am gonna do this. There you go. Give that a second. Oh boy. There you go. I'm gonna probably not. You're a ding-a-ling. Ah, I forgot how hard this pit is. So that was a good redeem, thank you. Oh, I never got the crystal. Yeah, might as well grab that while we're at it. Okay, I'm gonna go back in here, give it another whirl. Did I lose a life doing that? How many? Where's my lives? Oh, I gained a couple lives coming through here. I have no idea. Which technically is a positive. The fact that I had 41 lives going in here, now I have 44. Oh! I'm now just realizing something. You get to keep the Wumpa when you fall in that pit. So, theoretically... Shoot, hold on. Theoretically, chat. If I were to stay here, just collect Wumpa, and then die once, do I just continuously grab a bunch of lives? Question mark. Well, I guess I did grab the one over here. That was a plain life. Still Wumpa, though. Hang on. I might as well go ahead and break this. Donk. There we go. I don't trust myself. I believe. Yo, South Park Rocks 10. Welcome on in. Thank you so much for the follow. I'm dead. Terrible timing on my part. That's okay, though. I get to keep the Wumpa that I got, so, well, I didn't really gain a life there, but it could have been worse, I suppose. was gonna say, weren't bonuses part of the stages where you don't lose lives, or was that the remake? I believe in the bonuses. Excuse me. I believe in the bonuses you don't lose lives. But this isn't a bonus, funnily enough. This is, I guess, taken as like part of the level, which is really crazy. Because like if this was a bonus, the Wumpa would have like its own like little counter in the bottom to like be collected later, but we're actually like keeping the Wumpa from this. So this is part of the regular level, as weird as it looks. Huh. Donk. I believe. We're still watching. We might fall asleep watching, but it's because we're really comfortable with you playing your game like this. Oh, thank you, Keith. I appreciate that. Yeah. By all means, enjoy the lurk. Highly appreciate you guys. Thank you kindly. I can't believe I did that just now. I've never seen that before in my life. What was that? What? Hoomstiff? I don't even know what I just did. That was insane looking. These bullets are really funny looking. Ain't gonna lie. Going for it. Oh! The way that functions. I've never done that before. Oh, I don't like that at all. Is there a friend on Discord too? We shared your stream with him too so we can watch together. Oh, that sounds good. I appreciate you. Thank you kindly. Doot. Doink. There we go. Huh. How many lives do I have now? 40. I'm not really gaining anything out of this. Not that I'm... Oh, well, I'm dead. I might just move on if I'm being honest. That pit's fun, but it's kicking my butt. Sometimes you gotta know when to fold them, chat. Simply enough, we take these. We do take those. That's true. A nice regular bonus stage sounds lovely to me. I hate to be that guy to like just quit on the pit, but I'm not saying like I'm on a timer per se, but I'm also trying to not like take too long tonight because I want to be in bed by close to 2 a.m. And if I just stick around and I continuously do the pit stuff, I can see this adding to a 3 a.m. time frame. I want to be a wee tad fast tonight, just a little bit. I can usually beat Crash 2 in about 4 hours, a little less than actually. I just want to make sure I stay on track of that so I can get some good sleep tonight. I've been very, very bad about my sleep lately, so I'm hoping to be a little bit better about that tonight. Need to treat myself a bit better. The fact that I'm doing 4 streams this week instead of 5, I'm considering that treating myself, by the way, which is kind of insane. But it's more so, again, more so because the Switch 2 pre-orders are going up Wednesday into Thursday night, and I want to make sure I can grab one. So I don't really want to be streaming right as pre-orders are about to go up. Like, I'd rather just, you know, I'd rather just take the night off and be ready. Oh, okay, no, that did break the boxes. We're good. It's about to say I'm not about to keep those boxes. I don't think I'm going to be able to 100% this level anyways, because that pit had the other boxes. So we're going to have to live without them. Oh, you got a fast reaction here, yo. Hang in there. Doot. Oh, that's spooky. I'd argue at least this part of the level is very cool, very insane. Look at that. That was gorgeous. They give you just enough reaction time. That was really fun. I really like that level. Cool beans. I ain't gonna lie though, like I can see that being like a type of level that people like. I almost said suck. People hate because you don't really get that much like view coverage. It's a very strange camera angle. You have to kind of almost like guess where you're gonna have to jump sometimes, or hope.
Crash, my boy.
Crash, my boy.
You are more than halfway there, but I'm sure you've noticed that things are getting harder. The last 10 crystals will be the hardest to gather, and our enemies will be sending their strongest forces to thwart you. I'll contact you again when you have completed the next one.
Ah, there we go. Okay. Sorry, it was, well, we could probably save our game when we go upstairs. Although I just hit this, so I might as well. There we go. I might end up going to bed, though, actually, because it's 12 a.m. over here, so good night. Yeah, have yourself a good night. And again, thank you so much for the follow. I highly appreciate you. Get that good rest. Alright, let's head on up. Plant food. I love how there's a level just named plant food. It's the simple things in life, chat. Oh, right. I don't know why in my brain I thought I already did the boss. We gotta fight Tiny Tiger. Classic of classics. I'll need to sleep too, because early shift. No, I totally get that, yeah. I am so glad after tomorrow I get a day off. I finally have another... Oh, I did not... I was not very good about making a decision today, and I somehow made that work. It's the silly Bandicoot crash. It's the silly Bandicoot. Yo, Alexander, good to see you. Welcome on in. Okay, I really should have made that decision a little sooner. No, there's something I was going to say. I'm trying to remember what it was. There we go. That should get you. That's me making it. I'm going to go with you. My bad. Hang on, we got this. Got to get some reds here. There we go. This should do it. Yep. What was I saying before? Shoot, I was saying something before. I don't remember what I was saying. Never mind. Oh, that's what I was saying. I was talking about my job. Not that that's fun or anything, but you know what I mean. So recently my hours changed, or less my hours, more so my days. They have me now set up to where I work a 5 straight days shift, which is, you know, pretty normal for most people. But my days were a little diced before. I think it was like 4 a day off, 4 2 days off, 1 day a day off, 4. Like it was done a really weird way. And now they have me on a course for 5 days straight, on a certain part of the week. And I don't mind that, but, you know, like any other job, once you get on that 5th day, you're like, okay, I want a day off. So tomorrow's my 5th day, but then after that, I should be good. I should be able to have a day off, and then I work another 3, and then I'll be off the weekend. I can enjoy myself. There you go. Is that it? I swear we had one more hit. I could be wrong. Yeah, we have one more hit, I think. No, we won. Oh, he's dead. Oh, he's dead. Dang. We totally will see him in any more sequels. We do love the crash dance, though. Cool beans. I believe the next boss we end up fighting, I think, is InGen, and he's kind of a pain in the A. Not the hardest thing in the world, but he is a little difficult. All right, we got hanging out. Yeah, but I have confidence in us. We have a lot of lives to where if I'm not going to game over in one of these levels. It's the 5th area that will likely put me in that place. Closer, anyhow. Oh, I say that as I just got singed. 40 lives. Okay, let's not make a habit of getting into the 30s. Give it some time. Okay, we're going to have to be a little careful here. At least we killed those 2. There we go. I love the Wilhelm scream. It's so good. It being in the Crash games is fantastic. I can't remember if it was in the Insane trilogy or not. I want to say they took... Hi. I want to say they took it out, but I don't remember. Knowing them, I can see them getting the rights to it, but I also, again, don't remember. I don't remember. You think I would, but I don't remember. Memory's getting foggy as I get older, unfortunately. I suppose that's how life goes. I don't have time for that. Going in. Coming in hot. I'm going to say that from now on because of Jack Black. I'll have you know he's ruined my vocabulary. Just a little bit. I suppose that comes with the internet and a little bit of brain rot. Grab all that. Thank you kindly. Oh, you know what's a game I would have totally streamed tonight if I had the time for it? One of my favorite comfort games is Diddy Kong Racing, and for those who've been around my channel and stuff for a while now, I'm not stating anything new, but Diddy Kong Racing is like a big comfort game for me. The only reason why I didn't stream it tonight is because whenever I 100% Diddy Kong Racing, I typically need about 6 hours. I only really had 4 hours to spare tonight, so I was like, I can't really do Diddy Kong Racing without just like running out of time. So I want that to be on like a day where I know like the next day I don't have work and I can just stay up late, but unfortunately tonight was on a Diddy Kong Racing night, but that game has been in my cards to stream again because it's a nice comfort game for me, and I do like playing a comfort game every now and then. It's nice. It's very nice, ooh. Donk. I has 2 Bandicoots London and Dr. Tempest inspired from Crash himself. Oh my god, that's incredible. I love that. Lovely names. We love a good Bandicoot. Yeah, I love how both Sonic and Crash were kind of like, you know, based on animals that most people, I'd argue, at least in America, didn't know existed. Everybody was like, what the heck's a hedgehog, or what the heck's a Bandicoot, you know? They weren't really... Oh. Super Mario from the Paper Mario franchise. Oh. God. Hold on. Do we have Band-Aids? We do. Oh. Hold on. Ow. I put that over here, actually. It's totally where the boo-boo was. Ow. Somebody needs to kiss my boo-boo so I feel a little bit better. The fact he went back into the game made it better. Bandicoots can be great Mobians. True! Very true. Oh, you know what's something I wish, like, was a bit more abundant? I mean, I know it exists out there, but not, like, as much as you'd think. Klonoa OCs. They do exist, but there's not a lot of them. But it's also, like, a franchise that isn't, like, as out there as something like Crash and Sonic, but hey, a guy can dream. Heck, even when I made my little Pac-Man, a quote-unquote Pac-Man OC, it's just a Pac-Man variant of my character, but, like, even when I made that, I was like, I looked up, like, Pac-Man OCs just for funsies. There really isn't a whole lot, believe it or not. Oh, that's on my eye. Hang on. That Band-Aid's on my eye! Get that out of here. I'll heal on my own. I tried having that Band-Aid, but I got stuck to my eyelashes. That hurt like crap. I'd rather just not oh. That's depressing. Can I just do this? Hang on. Try this. There we go. I was like, I didn't make that jump. Hut. Facts. True, yeah. I'd love to see more of those, in all honesty. Technically, I was gonna say Zinni's character isn't a Klonoa OC, but like he based it off Klonoa. That's kind of close. Well, Fatal Fury's out, and I had no choice but to buy it. Did they hold you at gunpoint? I'm kidding. I just wanted to be that guy. Oh, interesting. Interesting development here. I gotta move. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're gonna go on up here. Folks started dropping spoilers on YouTube. No, I don't blame you then. That's fair. Of course they did. Donk. If that's the case, I only got one thing to ask you. Are you okay? Ooh, I wasn't sure where that was going. Planning on getting Fantasy Life? Ooh. Ooh, actually, Leo, do you by any chance care for, like, the Rune Factory games? I don't know if that's, like, your domain or not, but I think there's, like, a new Rune Factory game coming out or something. I think I heard about that somewhere down the pipeline. I don't know. Again, I don't know if that's your cup of tea, but I heard something about a new Rune Factory game. There we go. Beautiful. And there's also, like, there's a really, I don't know if I want to call it rare, but apparently there's a game coming to the Switch 2. Like, you know how, like, the Switch 2 has, like, red cartridges? Apparently there's a Switch 2 game. You buy the Switch 2 cartridge, and it works in your Switch 1. Like, it's, like, one of the very few that do. And it's like, what? I want to say it was Rune Factory, which is why I was bringing it up. But I don't remember if it was Rune Factory or something else. Oh, hi! Oh! They really made the game think there for a minute. Played them way back, thought they were neat. London is a hero emo punk gal, while Tempest is the evil scientist inspired by Cortex, the only trans female with a pirate Tana's hairstyle when I thought of having the two. Ooh, spicy. That sounds fun. I'm gonna live. I thought I was gonna die there. I am also getting a gem. We are finally banking those. I love Tana and Crash 4. That version of Tana is very fun. Very, very, very fun variant of Tana. It had a very good way to, like, keep the original Tana the way she was without, like, you know, messing with the original timeline, but, like, also throwing in, like, a different take. With, like, the whole, like, universes thing and whatnot. I thought that was really nice. Sorry, I was deleting something. Alright. Digging it is where we're going in now. Kinda, but due to the same-sex marriage and the religion not hating on actual people, but yeah. Ah, gotcha. I understand. I know nothing of those games, so I was just more so throwing it out there, but that's fair. Careful of those nitro crates, they will go kaboom. True, I gotta be very careful of those. I'm sorry, but I just heard the gem sound effect just now. Why did that sound like Spyro sound effect? It is very Spyro-esque when you think about it. Oh, well, aren't you rude? I just wanted to kill the piranha plant looking thing, but fine. Save yourself, I suppose. Yeah! I'm getting kind of risky here. It's successfully connected to Twitch chat. Thank you. Thank you. Can somebody throw a throwable at me? If anybody has... Well, I guess I could do it myself. But if anybody has the points to throw a throwable at me, throw one. Because it sounds like it reconnected, question mark. You can always refund you the points if you really want them back. Yeah, they still work. Oh, God. Wait. Listen. God dang it. Listen. For example's sake, that's enough slices. That's a lot of slices. All right, I get the point. It works. It works. Ah! Great heavens. Chat. When I asked for one example, I didn't ask for 100. Oh, that's funny. I did ask for it, to be fair. I suppose I was asking for it. There we go. Okay, so it definitely works. Which, by the way, I did get to set some time to the side today to quote-unquote fix the throwing system. Turns out, it's not that the throwing system was out for as long as it was. It was that the beta version I was using was no longer working with Twitch's API. So they told me to, like, go back to the original version of it and then delete the Twitch authenticator thing. And then I apparently opened the wrong throwing system, had to open up a different version of it, and then that worked, which is why you guys are able to throw things at me. So, it is back on the market, thankfully, as of right now. We do have throwables again, which is great, because I know some people were very bugged that I did not have those on hand. But, we do have those back, so, thankfully. I'm also tempted to delete one or two. There's only one I'm thinking about getting rid of, but don't get me wrong when I say, like, deleting. I'm thinking about, like, quote-unquote deleting one, but I'm also thinking about, like, bringing a new one in. As a matter of fact, anybody who's part of the Discord, you guys get to choose... I goofed this. I'm going to come back in. I could have done this better. People get to choose my next throwable because that was part of the donathon I did. So, hello, Emeroid. Welcome back. I am back into creepypasta phase. What kind of creepypastas you been reading? Or listening to, whichever one. I was never, like, the biggest creepypasta guy, but there was one period of my life I did, like, listen to them. Like, I don't really read, but I have listened to some. They can be fun. They can be very fun. Like, I could easily see myself getting... funnily enough, I've been getting into, listening... This is gonna sound very boring. Hear me out. I've been listening to, novelizations. Some novelizations of some movies I really enjoy. But somebody, like, reads them. It's like an Audible type thing. Not Audible, but it was, like, on YouTube. So I've been enjoying, like, these, like, pretty much, like, audio books. But people get to, like, read the stories as I'm at work and I'm, like, you know, just kind of working on stuff. It's been really therapeutic, actually. Motherfucker! I did it again. Okay, I'm gonna just roll with the punches. Roll with what I got. I feel like this level would be tastier if I had went on that top path with me that way. Also, Tropic Penguin, it's good to see you. Very good to see you. Alright, that's another extra life. Y'all know what they say, extra life, extra wife. I mean, what? I don't know why I've always liked saying that. I've always said extra life, extra wife. It's like, what? Makes no sense. That's bees. Okay, we're gonna have to be a little faster. That was slightly a pun. With B. Gotta be fast. Although this is the level where you don't have to, like, dig into the ground. So thankfully, we can just run away from the bees, more or less. The one where you have to dig in the ground, I feel like that's harder. You have to have your timing down. That's another extra life. You do take those.
No, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah! Out of my eyes! Eyes! Ah!
The timing on that was really good. That was really good timing. That was as soon as I got stung. Unintentional as all heck. You timed that so perfectly. Dude, that's what I'm saying. That was so good. It's like you knew I was gonna die. You didn't bank on me dying, did you? Don't question it? Okay, never mind. I questioned it already. I'm sorry. Oh, shoot, that's a gun. I've made a mistake. It's not just the bees I should be afraid of. It's the guns. Okay. Yeah, I knew it was either the bee or the electricity. I locked in. You gotta give me that. It was either that or... It was either the electricity or the bee. And I was like, yeah. I'd rather be on my own terms. Those are some fun emotes. I love those. That sound effect is so cheesy and I love it. Donk. Alright. This time, I think it's what? Third time? Third time's the charm. We got this, chat. Yoink, yoink. Alright, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh, I was gonna say move. Ah! Why? Why did it take so long? Alright, 4 times the charm, I suppose. That was rude as heck. I will say I am enjoying myself tonight. I know this is like nothing I haven't played before. Like, sorry, it is something I've played before. I don't know why I phrased it that way. It is something I've very much played before multiple times on stream. Like, I love Crash Bandicoot. But like, there's something satisfying about just sitting down and playing one of your like all-time favorite games. Just chilling, you know? Like, I love giving people like new experiences and doing new things. But there's something about just like coming home from work, playing something you're familiar with, and just vibing. This has been like thoroughly like one of my favorite streams lately, just because it's been chill enough. I'm gonna hope for the best. I say chill, and then there's that. Oh, never mind. There is a part of this level where you can. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we can dig underground here. I don't know why I thought you couldn't. It's the second half of the level that you can dig. Now get digging. I don't know if I'm supposed to be out and about. Probably, maybe. I'm trying to just more so collect the Wumpa, but the game is rude as heck. Grab all those, thank you kindly. Hey. Alright, those bees. I'm gonna personally dig in. I didn't! I was gonna say, if you don't dig in that ground, I'm gonna kick you in the schnoz. I pressed the square button. Don't be that way, game. Don't be that way, sorry. I make myself laugh pretty often. I'm a pretty funny guy. Oh, hilarious, even. I know there was a path back there, but I'm just not going to pay attention to it. Nuh-uh. Alright. Nuh-uh, as the wise would say. That's a lot of bombs in the ground. Little landmines. Eustace! He's got his mallet. And he actually got me. Kinda wasn't banking on that, ain't gonna lie. Hakatua. Alright. Go ahead and break that, thank you kindly. Let's do that one more time. Not gonna let Eustace get me this time. There we go. Should have done that the first time. I think I just more so spun on him. Wasn't quite it. There we go. Go ahead and dodge. Ow! Oh, I forgot that doesn't hurt you. It just stuns you. We're good. Did I... And we missed 6. Fair. Probably that alt path. I can live with that. I'd rather live with missing 6 than missing 1. Something about missing the 1 hurts so much more because you're so close. Whereas missing 6, it's like, well, fair. And I knew what I missed. Getting another cutscene. Coco?
Crash, I haven't got much time. Cortex is almost completed.
Ka-chowdy. Yo, Gaming Triple, come on in. It's good to see you. What it do? We played some Crash Bandicoot 2 tonight. Kind of just chilling. We're actually in the 4th area. 4 out of 5. So we're making some pretty fast progress, all things considered. Hope you're having a good day today. I know it's midnight over here, so Easter's over on my end, but I hope everyone had a good Easter. I didn't really get to celebrate Easter because I had to go to work, but I tried to enjoy what I could. I got a nice Easter card from my grandparents, and they were very sweet to send me that. I don't know. It's the little things in life. I appreciate that. Boot up Terry and Rock's Bizarre Adventure. Yo, let's go. I hope you enjoy Zinny. I know you said you weren't getting it initially, like at launch, but I hope you enjoy what you can. Nothing like a new game. What is that? Oh, I was gonna say, what the frick's the perspective here? What? Oh, I don't like that. Zonic did not like that one. Hut. Art. Hut. I wasn't allowed to go over there that way. Fair. I'm going to kill the seal. They're kind of giving me secondhand anxiety here. Don't want to run into them and die when I'm collecting Wumpa. Granted, I have an Aku Aku, but that's besides the point. What is the perspective here? Very bizarre. Almost like invisible crates in a way. They're not see-through, but they almost give off that vibe. Bum bada bum bada bum bada bum bada bum. Dun dun da bum bada bum bada bum bada bum bada bum. God, this song goes hard. It is the perk of being somebody who was born in the mid-90s and going into the early 2000s that we had some pretty banger video games. Because when you really think about it, like, not I'm dead. Not dogging on, like, anybody who grew up with, like, Atari, NES, etc. But, like, those were very much, like, the start of the, you know, the creation of video games. And by the time I was born and I got to, like, you know, throw my hat in the ring and really enjoy these things, you know, they were getting a good grasp on, like, what worked and what didn't work. A lot of misses. There were still a lot of misses. But, you know, especially as they dove into, like, 3D, they were trying to figure out, like, how that worked and, you know, what works and what doesn't. And I don't know, there's something special about being born around the time frame where they were figuring that out. Because I really got to, like, practically, like, test drive that era. It was just very satisfying to say I was a part of that. Because, like, kids these days, like, or, you know, anybody these days growing up with games, anybody who, I'd argue if you're, like, maybe 18 or younger, you've always had, like, 3D gaming in your life, and by the time you're, like, 18, 17, whatever age that is, you know, you had a lot more defined experiences. They weren't having to figure out 3D anymore. By the time, I'd argue, like, the Xbox 360 came out, and the PS3 and whatnot, and the Wii, you either knew how to develop a game or you didn't. You know, you either sucked at it or you were good. So at that point, it wasn't about how 3D games worked most of the time. I'm not going to say entirely, but, like, you know, they're still figuring it out, but, like, they were really polishing how 3D worked. It was more so at that point in time about the graphics. They were figuring out how to make things look HD or how to make it look good or stylized, you know, how to catch your attention. So, but, like, the era I grew up in was like, what is this 3D and how can we make it cool? And when you played the best of the best, you really enjoyed it. Crash was one of those. Crash Bandicoot 2 was one of the best of the best. It literally rivaled Mario and Sonic for a hot minute, which is quite the feat when you really think about it. Like, it didn't last forever, but, like, to hold your own against Mario and Sonic at the same time for a little while there, that's kind of massive. Like, it wasn't just Crash, obviously. Like, it was, you know, PS1 in general was just kind of taking storm. But there's something kind of magical about just, like, Mario being like, I'm number one. Sonic's like, nah, now I'm number one. And then they kind of bickered back and forth with who was, like, the most successful, Sega or Nintendo. Then PlayStation rolls up and is like, yo, I want to work with you, Nintendo. And Nintendo's like, haha, that's hilarious. We wouldn't work with you. You know, or I think they were working together. But Sony couldn't, like, they didn't agree on, like, how to go about it going forward. So Sony was like, fine, we'll go do our own thing since you don't like our idea. Only for Sony to pretty much pop off and become their own thing. So I don't know, there's something magical about just being a part of that era. Granted, don't get me wrong, I think in this day and age, like, I'm definitely more of a Nintendo guy, like, Days In, and then I'd say then Sony, then Xbox. I still like a lot of, like, PlayStation games. It's just really unfortunate that, like, I feel like with the PS5, like, that hardware is fantastic, but in terms of, like, first-party titles, I just do not care. Like, there's just not enough on the PS5 for me to be, like, going out there and buying a ton of PS5 games. But I also, like, I mean, when I really think about it, when I had the PS1, the PS2, and even the PS3, I didn't really have a computer of my own. It was very much like, that was the console you had, let's buy games. By the time the PS4 came out, you know, I'd have, like, a desktop or a laptop or whatever. I could, like, choose, like, oh, I could buy it for the PS4, or I could buy it for the PC. You know, PC became more of an option for me at that point. So maybe it's because I buy stuff on PC now that, like, I don't really buy stuff for my PS5, like, even third-party games, but I don't know. I got squashed. Yeah, I don't know. It's just something about the PS5 was, like, the most underplayed console for me throughout the whole PlayStation generation, which is really crazy because it's a really good console, hardware-wise. But, like, I don't know. As a time period, I just barely played my PS5. Not really my cup of tea, unfortunately. Not a bad system. It's, you know, again, it's good on technicality. It's kind of like the Vita, but it did get supported. I just don't care for what they supported it with, if that makes any sense. But Nintendo through and through, I'm always buying stuff from them every couple of months, so that's why they're my go-to. I'm sorry, chat. I babbled, like, a lot there. I really just went down a wormhole. I don't know why. I got into my, like, podcast mindset. Started really going off about generations and this and that. Like, golly. Always got nerd stuff on the mind. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but I probably could have afforded a few more breathers there. Well, that's a lot of Wumpa. We take those. I'm gonna wait for that penguin to... There we go. Donk. Okay, hang on. Hut. Donk. It's all good. 'Twas good to zone out too. True. Oh, wait. I know what you mean. Never mind. No, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's been really interesting over the years being, like, at least from the time period I'm from. I know it makes me sound like I'm from the past or something. But, like, the time period...
On a side note, my nephew just found out about Astrobot today. Showing family games.
Yeah, good.
There can be consequences for that choice. And now I got to look for a plushie of Astro.
Oh.
There goes $50 to $60 in the future.
Oh, no. Astrobot's fantastic. Like, dude, if somebody was like, Astrobot was like a childhood game for them or like what they like grew up with, absolutely fantastic. I was super glad to hear that. Dude, Astrobot's fantastic though. Like, genuinely, like, oh, if anybody ever gets to experience Astrobot, I'd argue that was the last like PlayStation game I really enjoyed. I had Oh, I'm dead. I had Monster Hunter Wilds, but like that's not PlayStation. That's Capcom, third party and all that. Huh. But yeah, no, I need to revisit Astrobot, believe it or not, chat. I need to go back and play more of that. I never finished the game. I don't know if you guys would want me to go back and continue that game, but I wouldn't mind picking it back up. I never really got to finish. Super good game. I forgot why I fell off of it. I know I had a lot of stuff going on last year, closer to holiday, but I don't remember my exact reasoning for like dropping it. I know I didn't want to drop it. I really enjoyed the game because it was, you know, super fun. Became Game of the Year. It's really funny. I don't mean that in a bad way. Am I done, Nabot? I would love to see Astrobot. Honestly, 100%ing is a nice challenge for Astrobot. Heck yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll have to consider bringing it back. I would love to stream that for you guys sometime. It had a whole bunch of, like, updates. I don't want to say DLC, but it had, like, a whole bunch of, like, updates since the last time I played it. Like, whenever it really started to get updates, I hadn't played it since then, so I'd have probably even more to do if I brought it back. So yeah, I'll have to look into that. I'm also really wanting to stream Conquer soon. I want to do another Conquer's Bad Fur Day playthrough. I'm holding back only for a second, though, because there's something I gotta do before I do Conquer's Bad Fur Day. In terms of, like, setting up a thingy. But otherwise, yeah, I want to bring back Conquer's Bad Fur Day one more time. I really enjoyed it. That's a game I like to play annually. So, looking into doing that soon. I'm going to say that, and then several months pass. I apologize. I know I kind of talk out my butt sometimes. But I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this thing soon. And then it takes me several months to actually go and do said thing. I apologize. When I make my schedules, chat, I try to, like, try my best to, like, add as much variety in as possible without just being like, oh, we're going to play the same game, like, 3 or 4 times this week. This week was a bit of an exception. I ended up putting in Metroid Prime 2 twice. For good reason. More so, Metroid Prime 2, we're about maybe a fourth through the game, maybe a third. I'd say maybe like a fourth. And I really want to put a dent in that game. I feel like the last stream I didn't really put much of a dent in, so I want to more so tackle that game a bit more. I don't want to go into like June, July and still playing Metroid Prime 2 because, you know, Metroid Prime 4 is coming out and I want to get around to Metroid Prime 3 as well, so kind of more so just double dipping into that this week to really, you know, knock in some progress. Otherwise, I usually try to make it like one game, you know, a couple days per week. So like, you know, if I'm streaming 4 times, it's gonna be like 4 different games, if that makes any sense. I'm just more so double dipping for the sake of finishing up more of that game. Hey, it's Sonic. Oh, the whoa. No, I was gonna say also hello, Spooner. Welcome on in. So you mentioned that because oh god, I died and then I died and I did and I died and did. Jesus, I'm dead. No, but I was gonna say, so you point out the hedgehog, right? So fun fact of the day, and I'm gonna butcher this a little bit, I'm sure. The fun fact of the day. Apparently, it's a porcupine in the U.S. version, according to the manual, right? But in Japan, it is a hedgehog. So it's really weird to say, but like it is technically both. Here in the U.S., they declare it a porcupine because I guess that's something we resonate with more. I don't know, but in Japan, it's a hedgehog. So you can really say which one you prefer. I'm gonna go with saying it's a hedgehog. It looks like a hedgehog, but apparently you can also say porcupine. Fun fact of the day. I don't know if it's in Europe what it is. It might be one or the other, but yeah, it technically goes by both. But I'm a Sonic fan. I'm gonna call it a hedgehog. Sorry, nothing against porcupines. I'm just a little biased. Nice timing. The timing on that was really funny. I got freaking demolished. One of my mods is out there. They beat the tar out of me just now. Saving my game. All right. Updating memory card. Nice. 38%. Not too bad. All right. Let's head on into Ruination. Perfect timing. Fun fact, porcupines aren't made of pork. Fun fact of the day. I had a joke in my head I was going to say based off of authors, but I didn't like it after I read it in my head. It was like, fun fact, crayons don't yawn. I'm like, I hated that. It wasn't even funny. It was just dumb. It's like, nah, pull back on that joke. Your heart was in the right spot, but the joke was kind of dog water. Have you ever heard of or played Eminem Shell Shock / Lost Formulas? Yes, actually, I've played Eminem Shell Shocked. That is a Crash Bandicoot clone, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's very obvious that they basically just made a Crash Bandicoot game, but it's not a bad one. It's okay. It's an okay game. It's not like fantastic, but yeah, it's kind of fun. Here's another, I'm gonna argue, Crash Bandicoot-esque platformer, Disney pilled and everything. Who has seen Donald Duck going quackers? That one's kind of Crash Bandicoot-esque as well. I don't remember if it has a spin, but I remember it being Crash Bandicoot-esque. That one's also kind of a Crash clone, but with Donald Duck. It's actually not too bad either. It's a pretty good game. You played the game? Yeah, it's not too bad, actually. There's a multi-platform. So right out of the gate, the input system is way too relaxed, making canceling normals into specials a chore. Ooh. I'm assuming you don't like that very much. I'm gonna die. I've made so many decisions today. They are hilarious. Fun fact, shepherds can be deaf too. Nani? Alright, chat, how many more fun facts can we pull out? Let's come up with some more fun facts here. I say come up with like we're making them up. No, but like, let's hear some more fun facts. Let me think of one. Oh no, I don't know why in my head I started to come up with like fun facts, but like I cooked some like really cursed stuff in my head just now. You know how like kettle corn's a thing? My brain thought of like a kettle, like an actual kettle, but like it's corn. It's like a kettle-shaped corn. That was the most like cursed thing I just put in my brain. I need to not think is the thing. I don't know what I'm thinking at this point. It's just cursed to think about. A kettle-shaped corn, like a kettle but shaped like corn on the cob shaped kettle. I've gone insane. I'm gonna stop now. Fun fact: Colonel Sanders isn't made of corn. True. Bro's probably made of mashed potatoes. To be fair, I feel like he's the mashed potatoes of the KFC. He's manifested of the mashed potatoes made at KFC. He lives on to the taters. I played it, but it was called Quack Attack over here. I almost beat it, but didn't finish it for some reason. Oh, that's right. I believe, yeah, in other countries it had like different names and such. That's fair. Kind of like how, like in Europe, they have Spyro 2 Gateway to Glimmer. You know, we're used to being called Ripto's Rage, which you could very much tell. It's very American. It's a very like, yeah, Ripto's Rage, radical. Like they were trying to make it like, whoa, angry, edgy, you know. Whereas like again, you know, Gateway to Glimmer is probably a more appropriate title. I'd argue that one was a bit more tasteful and aged better. Ripto's Rage is cool though. We do like it for its like, you know, classic retro factor, but something about Gateway to Glimmer just sounds proper. When the combo trial wants me to do a power charge and I keep getting power dunk, it becomes a problem. Uh-oh. I wonder how the game's gonna receive on Steam. I can see it maybe getting mixed reviews or something. Ah! I am surprised I managed any of that just now. We will take that, though. That is 2 lives, 3 lives, actually. Almost 4. Now, so fun fact, IHOP stands for International Bank of Pancakes, apparently. Why is it Banks? Or Bank, I mean, sorry. International Bank of Pancakes. I bopped, though. I think you got me with that for like 2 seconds. I am the foolie. Wasn't IHOP gonna be like... Didn't they like... name it something else for like a hot minute? Just to really frick with people? The H-Bank. I don't know, that's what it says on my receipt. Does it actually? Crazy if so. I haven't been, well, I say I haven't been to IHOP in a while. I feel like I haven't been to IHOP in a while, but when I did go to IHOP last, I went like 2 or 3 times, not too long from each other. But IHOP's also kind of like further away from me, sadly. We used to have one very close by that only lasted like a year and some, and then it shut down during like COVID, which was really sucky. Like we had a brand new IHOP and it pretty much just died. I'm like, bro, I really like that IHOP. Oh! I didn't pay attention. My bad. Yeah, I really like IHOP, and it unfortunately closed down. So now the only IHOP I can go to is like 50 minutes away, which, again, I go to once in a blue moon, but it's a very rare occasion. They also got the rewards called Pan Coins. They do, and I remember having the Pan Coins for the Amy Rose outfit in Sonic Superstars, only for them to make it free later, and people also modded it into the game themselves. So that was, I don't want to say a waste of time. I did get to participate in the Sonic event with IHOP. You know, it wasn't anything crazy, but it was nice. It was fun. Seeing Sonic stuff at IHOP was kind of cool. Ended up getting the, I think, Sonic pancakes. Almost got the Tails one. Tails is a meal at IHOP. Sorry, was basically if you were like a picky child, which I very much can be, but I decided to be a brave boy. Oh, I'm dead. You go for the blueberry pancakes. I'm not much of a blueberry guy, but I did go for the blueberry pancakes. They were solid. I thought I had too many blueberries on it, but otherwise, not a bad time. Oh! Yeah, let's see. They were going to do burgers, so IHOB. Don't know how that went. Oh, it was IHOB. That's right.
I still remember
That's
when
right.
Sizzlers was a thing. Then
Sizzlers!
2020 happened, and we all know what happened after that.
Oh, yeah.
Sadly.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I forgot about Sizzlers there for a while. Jeez. For all of 2 people who might remember a place called not Ruby Tuesdays. Not Ruby Tuesdays. Lone Star? Does anybody remember Lone Star? That's one that, it died way before COVID, I'm pretty sure. But, like, man, you talk about... I think there might still be a Lone Star out there, but, like, man, there used to be a place way... I don't want to say way back when, but, like, it was a while back. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Bless up. Actually pulled it off. I went to it last year because they had the Sonic collab. It took me 7 trips to realize why Knuckles was the only one who had a chicken sandwich. But then my homie told me Knuckles sandwich. Oh no! The sudden realization after that many attempts at going to IHOP. Oh god! Why would you think throwing that's fine? Get out of here. What do you mean Lone Star Steakhouse? Wait, you mean Lone Star Steakhouse? Yeah, Lone Star Steakhouse. At least where I am, it's gone. Lone Star is like gone. What did I say? Did I say something wrong beforehand? I may have said it wrong, I'm not sure. I know the Spaceballs character. Man, I haven't seen Spaceballs in a hot minute. I saw a food the other day at the store that was actually called Spaceballs, believe it or not. Very interesting. There's a place here called Lone Star, but I don't know if that is related to the one in America. That's true, because you guys could easily have something like completely different, but named the same. Because you know that's how that goes. Behaving. Oh god, this is the one with the bees. Alright, chat. Prepare your bees. Chicken enchilada. I'd like me a good enchilada. My balls in space. Dude, you're freaking gonna freeze. It's gonna be like Arnold in that one episode of Magic School Bus. Oh, that was dumb of me to try. Yo, we dead. If that was a blurb, that would make my day. I don't know if it is, but just the Arnold dying in space in Magic School Bus.
No, not the bees!
Yeah!
Not the bees! Ah!
Not the bees! Nicolas Cage returns. His name is Nicolas Cage. We do love the national treasure that is Nicolas Cage. Pun entirely intended. And not the bees. I've never been to IHOP in recent because I threw up when I was young and we never went back. That's fair. I was kind of having that conversation with a coworker the other day. I was like, have you ever, like, you go to throw up from eating something and you, like, never go back or you never eat that said thing ever again? I've had a few instances where that happens, but I've also had, more times than not, I've, like, thrown up somewhere from food and I miraculously, like, did find a way to, like, go back. Even after throwing up. I won't, like, get into, like, details just to, like, not ruin anything for anyone, but there's been a few times I've had, like, food poisoning. I'm like, you think I'd just be, like, turned off by ever going back to a place after getting food poisoning? But, yeah, I went and did it still. I'm not going to say this one place that's local, but you guys are going to find this crazy. There's a local place that I had gotten food poisoning from once. Oh, bye! Hi, Robbie.
Don't let your kids watch it!
There was this one place where I got food poisoning from when I was 10. Threw up and everything when I went to bed. I woke up one night, just after food poisoning, I just threw up everywhere. And, yeah, it is because we took the food home. I've always eaten at the restaurant, but we took the food home, right? I was 10. I don't ever take that food home ever again for another 15, 16 years. Had it been 16 years, we go and take it out one more time. I thought, what are the odds of me getting food poisoning from this again after all these years if we take it home? I never get food poisoning at the restaurant. It's only when I take it home. I get food poisoning again. Didn't throw up, but I did have food poisoning after 16 years. I'm like, bro, am I just not allowed to take this home? So, like, I've, like, forbidden myself to ever take this said local food home. It has to be eaten there, or I will just get ill for some reason. It's very dumb. Markiplier! Great heavens! I don't think he fancied my food poisoning conversation. I think he just wants to be dad. I knew I should have stayed home today. Is IHOP like a cafe place? Because it sounds similar to the franchise here called Dome. IHOP's like just a pancake place, just full of pancakes or hotcakes, whatever you want to call them. Oh, hey, you too. Oh, yeah. I've only gotten food poisoning, funnily enough, I think twice in my life, and funnily enough, it's from the same freaking place. I still love their food, though. It's just I'm never allowed to take it home. I don't know why putting it in a container, like, sends me to my doom. It's so weird. I'm gonna live. Where are you going? Gotta psych him out. Oh, hi, Markiplier. It's Marky Moo. Oh, that's... I'm gonna die to bees. Yeah, you stay in that hive. So the restaurant talks reminds me of something that happened as a child. Oh, God. Everybody's got that, like, one childhood trauma of, like, food of some kind. Urgh. Great heavens, thank you for the N64 hand. Ow. That was thrown by Chunky Kong. That was a Chunky Kong throw. Diving in. Get out of here, Eustace. Jesus Christ, Flakes.
Did I jump scare you?
You motherfucker. I hope you're all awake. Because if you weren't, you are now. God dang. Most criticals on my radar of people to hunt down and go, hey, you listen here. I swear IRL, I'm going to run into him someday and go, you motherfucker, and he's going, what? He probably gets that a lot, though. Like, outside of the jump scare redeem. He probably just gets people who, like, hate him for no reason. I would never actually hate him. He's good. He's a good guy. Like, he's a dude I'd, like, go and have a drink with, absolutely. Hut. Ooh, we got a story here. I'm gonna see if I can get by these fellas real quick. There's also, I'm gonna be real with you, there's a gem over here you can get by jumping on those nitro crates. I'm just gonna skip them, if I'm being honest. I'm not doing a 100% playthrough, so I don't need to worry about that. Let's see. So when I was younger, I was at a restaurant with my family, and my dad had pepper spray on him. Me, being the naive child I was, thought it was just pepper, the seasoning, as a spray. I sprayed towards my mouth, and you can guess what happened there. How'd you get a hold of it? How did your dad's pepper spray... I'm gonna die. Get in your hands. I mean, like, I don't blame you as a child for thinking that, because you think, like, oh, it's a pepper spray. Like, how neat is that? Convenient, right? It's kind of like butter spray or something. I'm just wondering how you got it. He let me see it because I was curious. Dang, I ain't gonna lie, that was a bad move. I feel like we have very similar dads. Although I will put my 2 cents out there. My dad would never, I don't think my dad would ever be caught with pepper spray. Bro would probably prefer his fists, if I'm being honest. My dad was a scrapper back in the day. A Bardock, if you will. I'd argue my dad was kind of like Bardock.
How about new?
Kind of did bad things, but also, like, was trying to be good at Day's End. I'm like Goku. Except not Goku. Except not Goku. Listen, I was like 5 or 6. That's fair. My dad has done... I'll be honest with you, Omega. Maybe I'll have to tell you the story after stream or something. I have a story to tell you. Remind me to tell you a story about my dad, and it involves a car. I will spare chat today with that story, only because it's kind of intense. But I could tell you a story about my dad with him making a poor decision that will top that pepper spray. It's going to make your pepper spray story sound like the nicest thing you could have ever done to your kid. That's saying something. I can't believe there's an ooey-ah version of the my heart will go on song. That is insane. That made my night. That was good. Have a good night, Stuart. Happy Easter. Hope you had a lovely day today. You take care. Remember eating a chicken roll with bacon in it from Red Lobster, and it gave me a really bad gastro. Then a while after, I had the same thing from a rival franchise called Chicken Treat, and the exact same thing happened to me there. Moral of the story, don't eat the bacon from either joint. I feel that. I feel that. Oh, you know what's something that my body doesn't like? My body, like, not to like be too TMI or anything, but like, my body doesn't like a nice char-boiled chicken, if anyone's ever heard of that. It's like a type of like Chinese chicken. It does not like me. I love that cat so much. Barlock made a special cameo in Dragon Ball Daimba's first episode. Unfortunately, it's the DBS version. True. Or what do they call that? Episode 0 Bardock or something? Whatever they call it. I should know these things. I'm a Dragon Ball fan, but... silly as heck here. I am definitely grabbing that checkpoint. Holy crap. Alright. I believe I've caught up with chat. Chat, if I missed anything, feel free to bring it back up. But I think I read everything just now. We've been having a lovely conversation tonight, like food poisoning and all that. Hey, you know what? Sometimes it's just you're hanging out with the guys or the crew or whoever. You kind of go off about stuff. That's how that goes. It's nice. It's nice. I'm glad we could just talk about stuff. Well, this is a fun bonus stage. Sounds calming. I like the song. It was that version from the manga one-shot and Broly movie, not the awesome version from his own movie. So I'm a throw out my hot take. I like that version of Bardock from Dragon Ball Super Broly. He's very brief. There's not a whole lot of meat to it, sadly, because they have to like go. So I do like that version, but I will admit, like OG Bardock and like the OG Bardock like movie, even though it was a product of its time, it was like he was so cool. Bardock's theme, by the way, in that movie, that like the one that goes like that song. I'm not even kidding. I would play that song if I ever like grinded in like Splatoon 2 or played Team Fortress 2 in my own time, like not like streaming it or anything, like just playing those games in my own time, I would play that song. And for some reason, it was such a good luck song. I would kick so much butt with that song on. Like till this day, if I'm playing a game and I need to kick butt, yeah, Zero State Scouter. If I ever play that song when I play a game, the Ultra Instinct kicks in. I'm not even kidding when I say that. The Ultra Instinct kicks in. All of a sudden, I'm just gamer mode. I don't even have to be able to hear the game. I could be, like, deaf to the game. My instinct's just kicking, and I don't know what it is. It's really cool, actually. I always kind of called that song my good luck song, which I know sounds dumb, because it's an anime song, but hey, you know what? It does the job. And anime music is super beautiful, and I'm really tired of pretending it's not. I feel like that's one of those things people get like kind of self-conscious of. Like I can get that way, or I'm like, oh, you know, anime music. You know, is it dumb to just listen to that all the time? Like, no, it's really not. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. Try Tsuno's Awakens. That song hits. I also have another song I could probably share from an anime that most people, I'd argue, haven't seen before. There's okay, I don't remember the exact name of the song. I think it's literally just the theme of the show, but I believe it's like Skeleton from Another World or something, or hang on, let me look up the anime name. Skeleton Knight from Another World. Look up Skeleton Knight from Another World and look up the theme. Holy crap. That song goes hard. It's also a super good anime and I recommend it. 91 out of 92, The Pain. Spooner, would you believe me if I told you that's happened to me like at like 5 or 6 times tonight? My luck has been so bad with that. I've missed one like 5 or 6 times. It's insane. It is insane how many times that's happened to me tonight. I've gotten a couple gyms, but like, bro. Oof, the one missing crate. I would love a counter at this point. I want to know how many of those I've missed. I've absolutely missed like 5 or 6 of those so far. It's insane. I'd rather miss 5. I'd rather miss 5 or 6 like I've done before. Because at least, you know, you're not that close. You're close, but you're not that close. I feel like when you miss one, it just hurts. Admiral, welcome on in. Crash Jam. Crash is like, whoa, you're annoying, Cortex. He's like, I have like no idea what you're talking about. What are you going on about? I'm gonna just do my thing. I'm gonna do things. All Crash wants to do is get a battery for his sister. I'm convinced. For her laptop. That's a Crash Bandicoot trademark? True. Now, this boss, I'd argue, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, this is the hardest boss in the game. It's not the worst thing in the world, but I'd say it's the hardest boss. The actual Cortex boss at the end of this game, it's a pushover. It's easy. Everybody knows that boss is pretty easy. I'd argue InGen is probably the hardest boss. If not, maybe Tiny... Oh, right. Forgot how it functioned. In a memento. I may have to do this a couple times. Knowing me, I'm not going to get this on my first try. He usually gets me with, like, one of his moves. Ah, yeah. That'll do it. I was hoping he'd, like, raise it up just a bit more. Cow Mario Kart. Close! That is the one from Mario Kart World, to be fair. But I think that might be the one from Moo Moo Meadows itself. Thank you for the Pokeball. Dude, I'm so hyped for Mario Kart World. And by the way, for anybody who follows me on, like, Twitter or Blue Sky... my profile picture is the cow from Mario Kart World from the Donathon saying like, oh, you know, I have to change my profile for 2 weeks. I never got around to doing that, but I did change my profile picture. I am now the cow from Mario Kart World for the next 2 weeks. So I need to actually remember what day I'm supposed to get rid of that. There we go. I'm actually not doing too bad right now. Hang in there, Crash. I got you. I got you, bud. There we go. Burgers. I gave 0 crap because they only played the worst Crash game. Wait, the worst Crash game? InGen is hard but tricky to defeat. True. They only played the worst Crash game. Am I missing context for something or am I crazy? I'm sorry if I don't get it. I'm trying to like understand where you're coming from on that. Also, what is proclaimed the worst Crash game? Don't want to spoil for you because there was a Switch 2 kiosk in Nintendo New York. Yo, really? Did you actually get to go to the event? If so, like, I think you said something about that not too long ago. That's right. Frick. That's awesome, though. Oh, I'm gonna not die. We're hanging in there. Hang on. I missed every single shot there. Oh! Could have done that better. Where are we aiming? Okay. We're good. There we go. There we go. One more time. Yeah! There you go. Where are the rockets going? Over here? Okay. Crash of the Titans, it's the worst one. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, those games aren't terrible on a technicality. They're very, like... What's the word? I don't know if I want to say mediocre, but they're very repetitive. I would say, like, not a bad game, but, like, but by Crash standards, yeah, probably one of the worst. I'd argue Crash Boom Bang is probably the worst Crash game of all time, but, like, I've also never played it, so I can't really vouch for that. Yo, Cal gonna be top tier. Yo, Cal gonna be top tier. That's what I want to hear, Admiral. I'm so glad you told me. Holy frick. Cal's gonna be top tier, chat. Let's go. Crash of the Titans was fun when I played it when I was 12. That's fair, Deku. That's fair. I did get to try it years ago. It's not the worst game in the world, but, like, as a Crash fan, it wasn't a good Crash game. But, like, I say that as, like, the story's kind of okay. It's kind of neat. I thought it was a lame Crash/Spyro crossover. Let's see. Might Never Mutant was also pretty bad, but not great either. Yeah. Again, I think it did. Oh! I'm surprised I didn't die. Am I alive? Yo, Roto Rabbit. Or Rudu Rabbit. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the cinema. I am stuck. Oh, I'm surprised I didn't die there. I was actually stuck on that. Holy crap. Okay, here we go. Oh, we only got the one platform, yo. Hold on. Where are we going? Oh. I sound like a grandpa that got their ding dong chopped off. That scared the crap out of me. I'm so sorry. I legit thought I had a shot at like throwing at least one Wumpa at him. Bro freaking cooked me ASAP. There we go, break off one of the hands. Very good. I was like 12 or 13 when the game came out. I was roughly around the same domain actually. Yeah. Give or take. Crash would win 2 for those ones. I was 12 when Crash of the Titans came out. Yeah. God, what a year for gaming. Wasn't that 2007? Correct me if I'm wrong. It was either 7 or 08. Might have been 7. I took too long. Yeah, 2007. Yeah, 2007 was a really solid year. You could have either been playing the orange box, which was the better choice, or you could be playing Crash of the Titans. I didn't actually get to play the orange box until about, I think, a year or two later. Two years later, but... Good times, though. Good times. My favorite will always be Wrath of Cortex. So, Wrath of Cortex, like, while it's not a perfect Crash game and it has its issues and people call it bad, for a game that was incredibly rushed, it really isn't the worst thing ever. I do like Wrath of Cortex. It's actually, like, I like the ball levels, and Crash Bandicoot was cool. I've been meaning to go back to Wrath of Cortex. Guys, if you ever want to see me play Wrath of Cortex, let me know. I know I ask like all the time anymore, like, oh, if you guys want to see me play this, let me know. It's more so just to like see if there's general interest in that kind of thing. Just before I do a game and everyone's like, nah, I didn't want to see that, you know. If you guys want to see that kind of thing, let me know, because I haven't played Wrath of Cortex in a very good while. It's been a good couple of years, but I can have fun with that kind of thing. AO, TF2 and Portal. Yeah, exactly. TF2 and Portal. 2007. Huge year. Huge year. And if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, I want to say Halo 3 came out that year? Question mark? Because I remember all the boys in my class took off for Halo 3, and I was like one of like 2 dudes in my science class one day. All the boys took off for Halo 3, and I wasn't a Halo guy till Reach, so I didn't really get to like partake in that kind of thing. And not that my parents would take me out of school for Halo. I do remember my dad letting me skip school for the Xbox 360 launch, though. That was kind of cool. It was like the one time my dad ever did that. Also, I'm going to nerd out just a little bit, but I was listening to... I'm trying to remember the YouTuber I was listening to the other day. I've been like following on like Switch 2 news and stuff, right? I should know the name of him, but anyways, he was kind of talking about how he worked back in the GameStop days. When the he worked at GameStop back in the Xbox 360 days, is what I meant to say. And he was in a busy store. Keep in mind, you know, new system comes out, you want to have a pretty good chunk of systems. They said that their store had anywhere between 10 to 15 Xbox 360s, which really isn't a whole lot of stock, right? 10 to 15. GameStops for the Switch 2 are getting roughly 100 per store. That is insane stock for the Switch 2. 100 Switch 2s, mind you. 10 to 15 back in the heyday for a 360 was like not a lot when you think about it. You know, you only get a dozen or so people walking on in and getting one. Because I remember my dad, we went to go get a 360, but we barely got one. The Switch 2 was getting 100 per store. Like, wow. And apparently, now this is in the United States, by the way, so I don't want to speak for every country, but apparently in the United States, I learned today that Walmart's going to have an even bigger stock than GameStop. They're proclaimed the most highest stock for a Switch 2, and I'm like, what? I might actually be getting my Switch 2 from Walmart, believe it or not, because I have Walmart Plus, and they're good. I don't think you need Plus to get it shipped to you before 9 a.m., but they're promising like 9 a.m. or sooner shipments the day of the console's launch. I'm actually pretty excited. The Mandarin box, thank you. We love the Mandarin. 2 Razzies, I meant, sorry. Oh, you're good. A month before I became 13. Man, I will never forget when I turned, I think, 12. It was 12 or 13. I just remember, not to get too into it, but I just remember when I was 12-ish, 13. I was right at that teenage age. Like 12 isn't a teenager, technically speaking. But I remember, that was, when I started to fizzle into, the teenager age. And it was just such a fascinating time period. Move. Holy crap, move. Teenage blues. Ah, yeah! Okay, we're gonna try to shoot this guy again. Yeah, there we go. I think we won. Let's go. Yeah, I should have handled that better. The Switch 2 here is actually cheaper than a PS5 was at launch, so the pricing here isn't too bad. That's not too bad then. That's good to hear. I don't envy Canada. If anybody's seen the Canadian prices for the Switch 2, holy frick. Holy frick. That is insane. I consider 12 teenage years. Like, 12 isn't like teen, 13, 14. Teen isn't in 12, but like, you're basically a teenager when you're 12. I'm gonna be real with you. I'd also argue maybe it depends on the child, but I'd argue like when I was, like at least I'd say when I was 12, yeah, I felt like a teenager. I felt like a teenager when I was 12, but that, again, maybe everyone's different in that regard. I felt like a teenager though. Like, that was, I remember, I don't know the exact like time frame, like what I was all that I was playing as a gamer. I just remember like playing Sonic and the Secret Rings that spring/summer when I was 12. Or I was 11 going on 12, something like that. And like right around that period of time, I started to feel like the childhood part of my life was ending and I was becoming a teenager. Not to say that your childhood can't be when you're a teen. I feel like for me when I was 13, 14 is when my childhood was quote-unquote done. Although I guess in the grand scheme of things, being an adult now, I can kind of see a good chunk of my teenage years being like quote-unquote childhood. But I'd say like for me, like childhood was like 12, 13 max, maybe 12. Once I hit that like 14, it's not really my childhood anymore. I'd say it's more like, the beginning of almost adulthood. I don't know, it's a really weird like little middle area. Ed, you have seen some things, my friend. Somehow typing in entrance gave us Ed. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Sorry for everyone who once won but lives in either the USA or Canada. Well, I think in the USA the accessories is the only thing that went up in price recently. And I'm gonna be real with you, chat. The Pro Controller was like $90 over here, and it went up to 95 due to everything that's going on over here. I can live with that on a personal. I'm only gonna buy a Pro Controller once a call a day unless they come out with like a special one. So I'm not gonna like lose sleep over $5 extra and this and that. Switch system is still gonna be the same price, and I'm very excited. But apparently at some point, with what Spinner's saying, apparently I got scared. Apparently at some point, that prices may go up for the Switch too. Like, I don't want to say permanently, but it might go up because of everything that's been going on. So sadly, you might be right. It may get bad. We'll see though. I would argue this, and I know not everyone's gonna be able to do this, but yeah, it's one of those, you might want to grab it within the first couple of months tops, because I'd say maybe holiday of this year. Unfortunately, as much as I hate to admit it, the Switch 2 could go up to like God knows how much in money. It really just depends on how life turns out. But like if you don't get one at $450 right now, it could easily be anywhere between like $700, $800 in the future. Due to life circumstances, it's kind of insane. So I'm grabbing one like ASAP before things get bad. But again, I could be wrong. I can't predict the future and how things might play out. Things could easily just subside and we're fine. You never know. So I can't predict things. We can only really like suspect possibilities. Doink. We used to call that age tweens. Yeah, it's like a tween. Yeah, a tween is like 12. You're like right in between kid and teenager. I forgot about the term tween there for a second. Hot dog. It really is like a special case age. I'm so sorry I didn't mean to die there. I thought I was gonna die there. I'm gonna give that a minute. Yeah. Oh. I forget. Oh fudge. I was gonna say I forget. Chat. Did the Insane Trilogy on the Switch? I think that game only ran like 720p. I think it ran quote-unquote 60 FPS, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it only ran 720p. That's a third-party Switch 1 game. I wouldn't mind getting like a Switch 2 upgrade, or maybe even like Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I don't think they will. Because I think enough time has passed that they're not going to like delve time into putting out another port. But hey, you never know. Pikmin. Oh hi! You lured me to a sense of security, you dingus. I'm gonna get you. After this game and after this stream, I'm on my freaking way, bro. I'm on my freaking way to say hello. Listen, nah, dog. I'm done listening. No. I'm done listening. I'm my brother in Christ.
Yeah, I bet
You're
I
a
did.
dingling. Chat, ban Omega for me. Even if you're not a mod, ban Mr. Omega. You have the right. I've given all of chat the right.
Piss off, Ghost!
Okay, that was funny. Get out of here, Ghost. Why not Golden? Because Golden doesn't give lip. They may redeem things, but they don't give lip. I'm alive. Oh, hold on. I'm going to think about that for a second. The dots. Dude, Omega, I never got to tell you this a long time ago. There's somebody who commented nothing but dots on a lot of my posts. This was like a long time ago, by the way. Nothing but dots, right? I'm kid you not. One day I was so tired of them commenting with dots, I legitimately got out a Pac-Man like little text thing and made it look like I was eating the dots. I went, delicious dots, just to frick them over, because they were so annoying to me with just nothing but dots all the time. And I was like, yummy dots.
I guess even Zonic has friends who likes to mess with him for fun.
Oh yeah.
I must
Holy
take
frick.
notes.
Oh yeah. I feel like I say this without like, you know, this has to be a requirement, but I feel like if you're a friend of mine, like we have to frick with each other. Like, and I don't mean that in the other way, but like, you know what I mean? Like you have to mess with one another. Are you really friends if you're not fricking around? That sounds so bad. I'm so sorry. I don't mean fricking around. I mean fricking around. You know what I mean? Ooh. I'm just here. On these new frontiers. I'm gonna give that a minute. This level does tend to kick me in the butt a little bit, but we should be able to get through it. I believe there's 2 levels like this. Get! I meant to go back under and I pressed the wrong button. I panicked. And they gave me a pity Aku. Hang on. Donk. Not the pity Aku. Okay. Huh. Donk. I'm gonna take your legs. And then your limbs. There we go. Huh. I'm just not gonna bother with those crates if I'm being awesome. Well. Oh, you've gotta be flipping burgers. I can't believe I did that. Shame on me. Alright, we got shame. My leg indeed. Both legs, really. All 3 legs. It's like you said. Lose a life to gain a life. That's true. I guess I did do that, didn't I? Oh my god. I can't believe that's a remix. Chat, can we keep that one? I like that one. I've not heard that one yet. I like that. That's a good one. Donk. We've survived. Get that checkpoint, bro. Get that checkpoint. Get the crystal first, then the checkpoint. Okay, now we're talking. Got another Aku. Aku. Uka is free? No, it cannot be. We might have to play Warped in the near future. Because I ain't gonna lie, I can usually one-shot Crash 2 and Crash Warped. I should probably just do Crash Warped again. I love me some Crash Warped. Yep, that's me being a dingbat. Bonus stage. As Switch 2 goes higher, gaming might start becoming a luxury only for the rich. Unfortunately. That or for those who, like, heavily save up. Like, I'll be honest with you, I'm by no means wealthy. I'm far, 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 far from wealthy. The only reason why I'm getting a Switch 2, or able to get a Switch 2, is because, call this dorky, but, like, I kind of speculated the Switch 2 coming out before the trailer and the Nintendo Direct was all announced and whatnot, so I started saving up money, like, I think a month or 2 prior to the Switch 2's unveiling and whatnot. So by the time they unveiled it and everyone's like, oh my god, the price is crazy, I kind of already started stowing stash away. Nani? This remix goes hard though. What? Ah! I've been dunked on. Yeah, I've kind of like set money I got hurt. I'm getting pummeled here. Yeah, I know. I more so started saving up money like 3. Oh, hi. Is that Thomas the Tank Engine? That's a classic. That's a classic. Job and disability insurance. That's fair. Yoink. Can only account to 4. We're gonna find that 5. We're gonna find that 5. That's our next step. But yeah, no, I kind of more so like really started saving up money even before like the event was shown off. So again, by the time everyone was like, "Oh my god, the price," I was kind of sitting there like, "I'm willing to pay whatever." Like I was at the ready. I'm at that point. Like I've had the money ready for a Switch 2. It's a matter of when the pre-orders were going up, which is thankfully this Wednesday. So what is today? Monday now. It's like 2 or 3 more days. 2 more days. I'm very excited though. I'm very, very ready to pre-order.
And now for something completely different.
The timing of that was beautiful, Blade. Oh my god. With the Wilhelm scream and everything and this guy dying. Oh my god. That was incredible. And now for something completely different. Yeah! Newt, Newt. Just die. Aww. I could have done better. I'm getting too relaxed. Okay, here we go. Set. Oh. Let's do that again. Send the lock in, chat. I'm gonna. My fault. Big time mistake. Let the rails hit the floor. Let the rails hit the floor. That sounds loud. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Are you kidding me? Freaking O'Reilly. I don't know why you saying like playing the O'Reilly thing makes you think of that goddamn carpet commercial. There's like a famous carpet commercial that plays all the time. I hear you. I hear you. I'm on my way. I got you. Oh, I'm. Oh. I suppose that was your plan all along. Yo, Banjo! Now we're talking. Perish. I'm a wait. There we go. No way. That's incredible. Me with the emo posse pull up the Six Flags. Which I've heard in recent that the quote unquote emo or emo phase or emo style. I heard that's coming back in style. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm very out of the loop of like whatever's in style for young folk, but apparently that might be coming back into the loop of things, which I wouldn't be surprised. Or maybe it never left. I guess that's debatable, but apparently that's a style that's slightly coming back or something. I'm not sure. Have we fully looped around? What do I know? I'm a brown-haired, glasses-wearing nerd. That just never changed from that, by the way. So what would I know? I knew a bunch of Sonic fans on Roblox who pretended to be emo. They don't act emo at all. Some people do make it seem like a phase type thing. Cartman? Dang, bro. Pop off. I forgot about the jetpack levels. I think there's 2 jetpack levels, if I'm not mistaken, and then like 1 night level. I think I actually remembered this world's levels by heart now. For life of me, I always found that to be slightly difficult. I'm gonna purposefully miss a couple crates, as to not feel bad about missing one. I'm not gonna collect them all. Frick them. I got a little too close for comfort, my bad. I got a little speedy there. How many lives do I have? 36? Doable, but I gotta be a little bit more careful going forward. Unless I'm gonna be earning lives, I gotta be a little more careful. The jetpack levels in these games, by the way, they're not the worst in the world, but they're certainly, like, they advertise this as like a big whoa moment in the game. Dare I say, whoa. But it's just okay. It's inverted, so if you don't like inverted controls, like, you can probably see how awkwardly I'm moving around right now. It's because it's inverted. Not that I can't do inverted, but you play this entire game without anything being inverted, and then suddenly inverted. So, yikes. Yikesville. Okay, we're good. Inverted. There you go. There you go. Now you're thinking Lincoln. Hey, honey. Oh god, I wish you were, I just got here and it's right at the jetpack level. Wish you luck. Ah, thank you very much for the luck. I'm also pressing the wrong ding-dong button. Hang on. Go back, go back. I believe in me. Okay. It's a very awkward situation. My brain's kind of fizzling here. We're okay, though. Circle button's my best friend. The puffer fish, let's go! Oh, I'm dead. I didn't realize there was TNT there! And so do I. Yo, Crash is vibing to that. Let's go. That was beautiful.
Yeah, I'd like to solve the puzzle.
Alright, go ahead.
What was that?
Yeah.
Oh god, what was that voice at the beginning? I like to solve the puzzle. Bro had a squeaker voice. There we go. Go, 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 go. Okay. Give it a second. Cricker's asking for it. Yeah, chat? Oh, shoot. Hang on here. No, that's the middle. I made a decision and stuck with it. You know the rules, and so do I. Hang on, back it up. One more time. There you go. Now we're talking. Get that checkpoint, thank you. I'm gonna go up here. Oh, right. I didn't realize they were that spread out. Frick. Dang it. I want that extra life. Still want it. Still want it. Still want it. Thank you.
Something's in my head.
Someone made a death metal version of that song. I love how the blurp part got caught by, what's it called? Twitch. It's really funny. Oh, well, frick me, I guess. Sorry about that. I like close, or not close, but click out a window. Ow. I am gonna swing by here. Hang on. Give it a second, give it a second. Donk. Go through here. There you go. Got a whole bunch of nitros I'm just gonna completely skip. That's me being too fast. I really need to be a bit more careful. We're near the end of the game. I could afford to be a little bit more paced here. There you go. Give it a second, give it a second, give it a second. It's very close. Thank you. Hang on. Unfortunate. Well, I think once you get the crystal, you get to keep it. So I don't think I need. Yeah, I don't need to recollect it again. I kind of just bypass all that. There we go. Back it up. That'll do. And we're done. Good. Donk. 24 out of 39. Not bad for somebody who didn't, like, purposely try to grab crates. Obviously, no bonus stages here. You can't get those in the jetpack level. Whew. The butt man, as opposed to the butter man. See, how many have I done? 1, 2, yeah, 2 so far. So now we're heading on into Night Fight. This is a level I do like. I might die a couple times, but it's kind of cool. It's a cool little concept. It's a play on the one of the first few levels of Crash Bandicoot 2, but it's dark as crap. What are these gifts? Donk. I will take the Aku Aku. Dun 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 dun. Give it a second, Crash. You're gonna die. Gift searching getting weird. I feel that, yeah. I haven't, like, I've debated it once, like, a long time ago. But everyone in chat kind of got like, no, don't do that, you know. But I've kind of debated on getting rid of the gift machine again. I ain't gonna lie, I feel like I have the gift machine, and it just never gives anybody what they want. We always end up with like questionable gifts. So like, is it really adding quality to my streams at all when it's like not what people are asking for? So I kind of just sit there like I should possibly get rid of that. But I just know a lot of people like it. Yeah, I've like debated on getting rid. I almost got rid of it when I got my new layout changed, but I didn't want to like be like, yo, we got a new layout. And then like, also I got rid of the gift machine. People go, aw, I don't like disappointing people. I don't like taking away things that people enjoy. But like, I as the content creator, it's unfortunately just not very good. People don't like. Someone will type in like, I don't know. I'll say like, I don't know, something like SpongeBob, where are the pickles, and they'll get something that is nothing related to like what they're searching up. It'll be too many like words, because the more words you write after GIF, it'll take from any of those words and, you know, possibly give you something random. So they want simplicity. They want you to do like exclamation mark GIF like Mario or something. They don't want you to do exclamation mark GIF, you know, Shadow the Hedgehog in space. You know, that's too many words. Also, I don't like. Oh, I was terrible, actually. Holy crap. I shouldn't have grabbed that so soon. Hang on. Let's go ahead and just schmooze through here. We gotta grab what we can. It'll be a miracle if I can grab what I am able to get here. Hang on. Huh. I believe in us. Oh. Did it. Yeah, I got a gift from some anime on accident. Oh, yeah. Maybe it's not quality, but it definitely adds something. That's fair. I think that's why I've not gotten rid of it. Is like, it may not necessarily be quality, but it is something people enjoy. I don't know. I look back and I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like most of the time the machine doesn't do what it's supposed to. And I've also, like, not like you guys necessarily, but some like other watchers have come through, use it, and they're like, that's not exactly what I was looking for. And I'm just like, I'm sorry. It is a gift machine that gives you random gifts, you know. You're not going to exactly get what you want every time. And I've, like, had to say it, like, a million times, and then they go to do it again. Like, that's not what I wanted. And I'm just like, how many times must I tell you? Sometimes it just gives you something random. I'm so sorry. That's the point, is, like, to see what you get. It generates, like, a random gift from whatever website it's supposed to be from. So, like, if I do, like, I'm gonna try one here. GIF, Mario, Sonic. I'm gonna see what it gives us. Yeah, of course it gives the... of course it gives the one where they're making out. I was kind of hoping it would. Just because it's, like, the most cursed thing you could get from getting Mario and Sonic. Alright, never mind, chat. It's worth it. It's worth keeping. It's worth keeping. Take on me. Dun -dun 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 -dun. Pack attack. Let's go on in. Kind of a Pac-Man feel to it. And it was going to be that one. I was hoping it was going to be that one. I was my fingers were crossed. It was really freaking funny. Jetpack time. Bully McQuire. Oh no, what are we going to get though? Or oh no, okay, never mind. Gift machine needed. Sometimes the gift machine needs a little time to reload. Ow. That was just a really cruddy death on my part. Okay. Let's try that again. Dodgeroni. Brain blast and all that. Oh, yeah! Why would I go straight down the middle? I don't know why I thought the chords were going to be up high enough. My name is Jeff. Is that what that's from? Is the My Name is Jeff thing from that show? Or whatever, whoever that guy is? For some reason, a lot of kids would, like, show up on, like, YouTube when I streamed on there, and even, like, Twitch, and would come and say, like, my name is Jeff. Like, that was their, like, introduction, and I'm like, okay, so you're definitely 12. 22 Jump Street. I feel like kids wouldn't take it from 22 Jump Street, though. Like, that's gotta be, like, its own thing that kids were saying it from, because 22 Jump Street is, like, not for kids. Or unless it just spiraled and somehow kids got a hold of it. I'm not sure. You clipped the Mario and Sonic. Thank you. Thank you. We've been blessed. I'm gonna wait. There you go. Sorry, I need to be a little bit more patient with these particular levels if I'm gonna make it. There you go. Give it a second, give it a second. Checkpoint Aroni's right here. Oh, God. I don't know why I thought running into it was gonna get me what I needed. I believe in us. There you go. Duck, duck, duck. Making decisions today. Trust me to clip anything. Wait, trust me to clip anything? That's fair. I will put the utmost trust. That one worked. I believe that is Jamie from Street Fighter 6, from what little bit I know. Yo, here we go. It's the song. Guys, I don't feel so good. Oh no. Oh no, I don't feel so good. Oh, hang on. I don't trust you, bro. I'm stuck on a wall. That's rude. Here we go. One more time. Might be 2, actually. Let's see. No, let's just... Yeah, it's just the 2. But also, don't trust me completely. A double-edged sword, if you will. I really want that checkpoint after that. This is the national theme song for Constipation. You're right, though. I'm so glad IRL I played that on 2 songs. I played that song on 2 friends in a public Olive Garden restroom as they were both on the pot. I am such a good friend. I just remember hearing, I think when I did this in, I just remember hearing him on the 12. He goes, "You motherfucker," as I like brought out the restroom. That was a piece of crap. It was really funny. Jeff really made a name for himself here, right? I will see myself out. God dang it. I'm gonna need to be careful with this guy. Give it a second, give it a second. There you go. Go ahead and, yeah, there you go. Get the crystal. Fantastic. Give it a second, give it a second. Hang on, give it a second. Don't rush it. Now. Good timing. Let's go. Alright, not so bad, not so bad. We're almost there, fellas. We're actually almost there, believe it or not. I'm about to hit up that 2 a.m. time frame I really wanted. We've been blessed tonight. Astrobot, we better get Peak. Come on, Gift Machine, I believe in you. Oh, he seems to be crying, but we did get Astrobot. He seems to be having what we call a hissy fit. Bro's tweaking out, if you will. Or seizure time, there you go. I'm gonna have a seizure. Oh no, Whitey. Alright, one more level. We got one more level, and then it's boss time. You guys ready for the finale of this game? Okay, but that one's kind of cute. I've seen that gif. That one's cute. I am dead! Wow, I took that to the forehead. Hot dog. I'm gonna do it again. Nah. Waifu Tana. Tana is, like, a really good character in the Crash series. We do love Tana. Jotaro. Jotaro. He can stop time. Dunk. Alright, let's see if I can lock in and actually, like, beat this thing. This is the level that could possibly stop me. Maybe. Can I lock in, chat? Astrobot. Astrobot. Give it a second. I want him crunched. I want him crunched. Ooh, this one might actually be difficult. Hold on here. I don't know how to go about you, actually. Hang on. I didn't think about it. Didn't think about it thoroughly enough. Was expecting JoJo's Siwa or JoJo's Circus. Oh, you mean that one girl? I can't remember who or what she did, if I'm being honest. She was like Nickelodeon. Or was she Disney? She was Nickelodeon. She was Nickelodeon. Pretty sure. Okay. Yeet. Oh god, I'm sorry, but I thought of this after the JoJo gift. Who the frick is Lexi? I don't know.
His stand is time he can stop time, and Jack is a Warudo insert time stop here.
Alright, Hugh. No more drugs for you. Rockstar Lexi? Who brought up Lexi in chat? I don't think I have context for this. Did she do these in a game? I did! A couple days back, actually. I heard Lexi was talking about my chow. Listen. I don't know how this started. Confuzzled as well. Donk.
Was Tarzan
Donk.
a virgin before he met Jane? Or was he clapping gorilla cheeks?
That's an excellent question. Good question. Next question. Ah! Hang on, we gotta make a decision
Drugs?
today.
What drugs? Only thing I'm on is those pies from the pie
No! I didn't aim it the right way. Hut. Whew. Okay. How many lives do I have? Ooh, we gotta be careful. We gotta be a lot more careful going forward. Hang on. Uno momento. I'm supposed to be the unhinged one here, and everyone is making me look bad. Oh, things have escalated here, Flame Crystal. Everybody's gone fucking yumpy tonight. I don't even know half of the things that are being said in chat. But it's bad. I'm gonna give this a second, come on. There we go. God, what an opening. I believe in us? Oh, this guy is just flat out not gonna. Donk. Woo! Nice spot. Am I supposed to be up here? Probably not. Ooh, go, okay. Ah! I'm not gonna get a checkpoint for that, am I? I'm gonna be upset. Oh my god, it's the beginning of the level. This is the level that gets me. I believe in us. What you need is Wumpa Fruit Shake to get through this. I gotta get that Wumpa Fruit Shake. That sounds lovely, actually. Oh. Michael Jackson bad or Breaking Bad bad? Meet down the middle. Meet down the middle. I feel like Michael Jackson bad's kind of classy and Breaking Bad bad is kind of like super bad. Say down the middle. Down the middle. It's Walter White doing Thriller bad. Actually, that just sounds cursed. There we go. There we go. Oh no! I will try. Hit. Hit. I believe in us. I didn't even have to kill that guy, actually. Let's go. The pacifist run. Awesome. But we gotta be careful here. Yeah! There we go. Get another checkpoint. I ran out of my luck. That's okay. We got pretty far. I think once we've gotten to this part of the level, on 22 lives, we'll live. We'll live at least decently. You know, we really got to run on this next one. I am actually going to make the executive decision to skip the bonus level. No, I don't think I will. Ah! Didn't realize the error of my ways there. Hang on. Great heavens. I was like, did you hear that Baskin Robbins is getting a One Piece flavors for a limited time? I don't know if it's coming to the US, but they are doing it in Japan. I did hear about that. And if you remember that one episode where Smoker, like, I believe a kid ran into Smoker's leg and dropped their ice cream, they actually have, like, them as, like, a little promo of him getting her, like, more ice cream again or something like that. It's really, really cool. Dodge. How you doing? Yo, Masked, welcome on in. Doing pretty good, how about you? Fun fact, Hung Gramps in Yokai Watch dies of unknown illness, so I'm just gonna say he died of ligma. Oh no. Oh, that's adorable. It's super adorable. It's actually very, like, on the dot, like... Oh, I'm small crash. Oh, I died. I didn't realize I could stay alive after that. Jeez. Huh. Oh, I'm off the map level thing. Off the course. I believe in us. Ah, unfortunate. We had just missed it. Hey, Miles, welcome on in. Sparkster the Rocket Knight. I never got to play that game, but I do know of them. I unfortunately died. Alright, here we go. Oh, unfortunate. Wow, I'm just losing lives like a dork. I can't be doing this. We're at 17 now. Cortex isn't scared. Oh. Why did I go back to fight him? I could have just skipped him. Okay, here we go. Here we go. There you go. Okay, that's much better. Give it a second. Give it a second. I just got Smoker as a leader, but he's in some lady's body. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Oh, come on! I was right there. You all saw that. That was my... you're dingling. Oh, I'm alive. Hold on. Move your cheeks. Sonic? Ah, dang it. Yes, partner. Yeah. Oh, I'm just... Okay. I'm rushing this too much. That's okay, though. Let's see if I can BS it. Haha! We'll take it. A little bit of the skipperoonie. You don't watch the anime, so you don't know a lot. That's fair. No, you're good. I have thankfully gotten pretty far to where I'm... The arc after that arc of him switching bodies with her. I'm after that arc. Oh, God. Could have bought much better time there. Whoa. Okay, I need to be super careful. Hold on. Huh. Don't. God, the D-pad is funnily enough freaking me over. You think that would keep me on track, but I feel like it's messing with me. It's messing with my psyche. Hold on. Back to the control stick, please. Play the TCG because of a friend, but that is it. That's fair. Must be a pretty good TCG. Oh, I'm dead. God dang it. Dang it. Okay. I believed in me once. Okay, wow. Hot dog.
All right, chat. Here's a major One Piece spoiler alert. Luffy is a pirate.
He is. He is a pirate. Okay. Dunked his donuts. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Am I dead? I'm dead. Ah! It unfortunately counts as dying. Alright. God! Have mercy. Oh! Wait, you're sorry? What, for the... Couldn't keep that spoiler any longer? Okay, now I see why. Never mind. I was like, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was funny. I'm gonna take the hit. That's okay. I think they gave me a pity checkpoint. I will take it, actually. I think it was the only pity checkpoint I've gotten so far, but I will take it. Alright, here we go. Ah! Go ahead and just die, yeah. Any lives I have 9? I can work with this. I'm getting down to the wire, but I can work with this. We do have Aku Aku again, funnily enough. So even if I take a hit, which I somehow didn't, we did finish. Wow. That was a really weird way to go about that, but sure. I ain't gonna argue with it. Alright. We got some good timing down tonight with this playthrough. Ain't doing too shabby. That's all the crystals. Well, at least for the, base game. Sorry about the GIF. Oh, no, you're good. You're perfectly fine. I don't think something like that would get me in trouble or anything.
Yes, my plan is nearly complete, and I have you, Crash Bandicoot.
Although, definitely, I would say that's the line. I'd say anything above that might be bad, but that one, I've seen that clip before. It's pretty funny.
Giving our signal.
Also, for the record, when I have the gift machine, it is set to PG-13, so whatever comes through is totally on the gift machine. Technically speaking. Technically. If it gets through, it gets through. That's the gift machine's fault. Not that we should test it for the record, but... Bye, Coco. Ladies balls for PG-13. This is true.
Yes, we're
Chatty Coco.
Pardon the interruption. Crash,
bring me crystal. He wants that crystal. Bart, you good? Bart's looking a little less Bart, more like Ert. Might as well go ahead and save my game just to be on the safe side. We only got 9 lives to our name, but hey, this should do it. If I lose 9 lives to Cortex, which this boss is pretty much a pushover boss, if I somehow lose this boss with 9 lives, I deserve to lose. There we go. Bart visited. Bye, chat. Oh, Cortex is dead. Alright, here we go. Final boss time. This will likely not take me very long. That's one hit. He is very much a pushover in this game, if you know what you're doing. There we go, it's hit number 2. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I did take a hit there. No worries, though. Not that it matters. That's it. That's the boss. I'm not even kidding. That's the final boss. The freak ray.
You haven't seen the last of me, Crash Bandicoot.
God, the freaking... It's Clancy Brown there. That was like my favorite line from him in this game. It's so good. Dude, that crab is so polygonal.
And what about the Cortex Vortex? It's still up there.
Anticlimactic boss. It really is. It really is. It's a nothing boss. First game's boss had a lot more spunk in it. I know it was annoying, but at least it was, you know, difficult.
Did you know his full name is Neo Periwinkle Cortex?
I believe you're correct about that. I want to say that was done in one of the Titan games. It was either Crash of the Titans or the other one. They had mentioned his full name in that game. Or was it Twinsanity? I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I want to say it was the Titan games, but it might have also been Twinsanity. Might have been the Titan games. I'm having a moment. I'm like actually trying to think about this. Published by Sony Computer Entertainment America. Okay, but what if Crash Bandicoot was done by the British? How would things fare? How would things change? Wrong answers only, chat. Hard to believe that Cortex is voiced by the same Clancy Brown who played that mob boss guy from The Penguin. True. Sony, I know those guys. Back when Sony was cool. They're kind of cool still, but not nearly as cool. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be biased. I'm not even like trying to defend my time period. I full-heartedly believe the PS1, PS2, part of the PS3, and then a good chunk of the PS4 was awesome. For some reason, PS5's generation just ain't it for me. It sold well, it's good hardware, but its first-party stuff is just lackluster in my opinion. I've only played a handful of their first parties that were pretty... Like, I've played like Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Astrobot, maybe another thing or two here and there, but other than that, like, man, the PS5 just did not have a lot of, like, first-party stuff that really hit home for me. Voice of Dr. Neo Cortex, Clancy Brown, there he is. Good stuff. Good stuff. Crazy how these... Silicon graphics, that's awesome. Crazy how these credits don't last too long when you really think about it, because, you know, it really was just a... I don't want to say a handful of people in a studio, but back then you didn't need tons and tons of people to work on a game. These days, credits are huge. You have huge studios. Sony really lost their identity a bit, sadly. A little bit, unfortunately. I think they're definitely aiming for, like, cinematic experiences and almost, like, movie-like experiences, and it is what it is. I mean, I think they've, like, flat-out admitted it, too, that they're doing that, so... Unfortunate. 56%. Not bad, not bad. Alright, well, that was Crash Bandicoot 2 any percent run. Quite frankly, how long have I been streaming? 3 hours and 48 minutes. That's actually give or take about the same length as the last time I streamed this game, so I actually did that in a pretty good amount of time. Rest in peace, Brendan O'Brien, the original voice of Crash and his bosses. Yeah, sadly, he passed away a few years back, didn't he? God, I forgot about that. Jeez. Yeah, rip to a legend, honestly. And a pretty fun game. Thank you for playing this. Yeah, you're really welcome. This was honestly the perfect amount for a stream for me on a personal. It was a nice, like, almost like 4-hour stream. And again, I got to play a comfort game tonight. I would like to do these more often. I'm trying to throw out more new experiences while also playing retro stuff. But in all honesty, sometimes, you know, there's a lot of content creators out there. I'm going to make a good example here, and I mean this in a positive way. I'm saying this as not as an excuse, but as a good way to say it. But if anyone's familiar with Brentzone is a good example of somebody who plays a lot of the same games, like, all the time, but people still love his content so much. I always had that fear of, like, oh, are people going to be like, oh, bro's playing, like, Crash 2 for, like, the upteenth time, or he's playing Banjo-Kazooie or Pac-Man or whatever the heck he's playing, you know. He's played this game a million times, you know, people getting tired of that, yada, yada, yada. You know, I enjoy what I enjoy, and I feel like when I do these every now and then, you know, I bring them back. I mean, a lot of you guys showed up for Crash 2 today, and I wasn't expecting as much of a crowd today with Crash 2 as I thought I was going to get, but everyone kind of pulled up for Crash 2, and that's not only really heartwarming towards me, but, like, honestly, really says something about Crash 2. Like, I mean, I can't vouch that everyone came here for Crash 2. Maybe they just showed up because it's me. But, like, a lot of people showing up and being like, yo, Crash 2, that's, like, one of my favorite games ever from the Crash series. I saw that, like, a handful of times tonight. That was awesome. Crash 2 is one of my favorite classic games of all time, so... in all honesty, it means a lot that people, you know, showed up for this one, so... Heck yeah to that, you know? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say some thank yous for tonight. Thank you to South Park Rocks 10 for the follow. Not so special thanks to Rudo Rabbit. Apparently they followed and unfollowed, so not exactly sure what that was about, but yeah. Fantastic. Not that I'm like salty or anything, it's just why do you follow then unfollow? It's such a weird thing to do. In terms of biddies, we got Spoonerman 52, Omega 097, Blade 2145, Golden Lunar Moth, Catudon Roscoe 73, Kit the Fox, and I believe that is it. Plus that one. Plus the Dangling Man. And also thank you, Lancer. Big Game Lancer 12 for the biddies. Stop it. Oh, thank you for the pumpkin. In terms of, let's see here. Subaronis, Miles Davis 002 for the resub. Enjoyed the after viewing and the lovely emotes. And I believe that was it today. We had a pretty chill stream. We're going to figure out who to raid. You guys will get some points. And I'm going to throw this up on the screen in case nobody saw it earlier. But we did have our schedule go out today. Penis. They are penis. Cupcake. But yeah, here's my schedule real quick. We did Crash Bandicoot 2 today. I will not be streaming tomorrow. I'm taking a day off to myself after I get off work. Tuesday, I'll be back with Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Thursday, I'm doing Metroid Prime 2 Echoes as well. We're off Wednesday. Friday, we're doing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. If anybody wants to get in on the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, be sure to tune up on, or turn up, I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep saying tune. Turn up on Friday. And then Saturday, I'm at least taking off. I don't know if I'll be streaming Sunday. We shall see. But yeah, pretty awesome stream overall. Pingus. Man, we got the three horsemen of the apocalypse. Three different types of dang-a-lang. Dang. Crazy. Yes, crazy. Such a good song. Alright, in terms of who I am going to raid, I am personally, I think I'm gonna raid the lovely we're gonna raid the lovely, I'm gonna double check to make sure they're gonna continue streaming, because I raided someone the other night, bless their soul, they're a super awesome person. They ended up like ending their stream as I went in a raid. I'm like, oops, I kind of messed up there. I believe they are still streaming. Yes. So we are going to raid the lovely Traveler Arya. Yo, Bingman, welcome on in. Hello, Zach, how was the stream? It was good. It was very good. Super sorry that I was ending as soon as you popped in here, by the way. But it was super good. It was a very fun stream. Very much enjoyed tonight. But yes, I'll be back Tuesday night, fellas, with Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. We'll be continuing that adventure. It's getting really good in that game, by the way, so make sure you tune in Tuesday for when we get back to that. But Spoonerman, thank you so much for being here. I highly appreciate you. You are very welcome on the stream. Everybody else as well. Happened to Matthew too. Yeah, it's one of the things you got to be careful with who you raid, and like make sure you're like not about to raid into somebody, then they like end. You're like, oh shoot. So got to be careful with that kind of thing. But yeah, other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, y'all. Till we meet again. Oh, get out of here! Get the heck out of here!